Oh.
I might go make a gin and tonic.
It's working. Oh, Adam, that's poor timing, sir. He's always making us wait, isn't he?
That naughty boy.
You know, when I say make a gin and tonic, I've basically poured it all already. I just need to get the tonic out.
Is Chess's webcam not loaded for
I do have to warn, every time someone turns on and off their camera, I freeze for a good 20 seconds.
Okay.
So
yeah, right now you're just 2 loading dots.
no. Well, hopefully I render in.
Tom, you need to work on your overlay.
Yeah, I know. I have the most least effort stream ever.
Cool. Right. Are we all ready?
Yeesh. No.
Yeah.
Is there a watch together link?
Yes, in general.
Yes.
Then I'm not ready.
Yes. Oh, I'm gonna need my headphones. We'll be right back.
Okay, there we go.
But yeah, Lauren doesn't get abused when she leaves, but wow.
Well, Lauren's always here on time, you know.
Yeah, Lauren's the one who's never late.
Excuse me, I haven't left the room yet. I'm still here.
I know, I'm defending you.
And you've killed Chess's camera again.
Yeah,
Sorry.
do you know what?
I saw a good Lord of the Rings meme earlier.
Yeah.
Where did I send it? If you ever find yourself in times of trouble, ask yourself, what would Gandalf do? And remember, beat a man unconscious with a big stick is therefore a valid answer. And it's just like the freeze frame of him laying into Denethor.
Oh no, poor Denethor.
Poor Denethor.
Who would
No
we
one's
be
ever said that.
in Lord of the Rings? Do you think?
Fun?
Who would we be in Lord of the Rings?
Oh, Aragorn, 100%.
What about Adam?
Well, we.
Adam would be Gandalf.
Yeah, he's wise.
Yeah, I could see him as Gandalf.
Wise and old.
Yeah.
Despite being second youngest here.
Yeah.
Older.
I am assuming I'm older than Chess, but
You're just an old man trapped in a young person's body, Adam.
wearing a cardigan and a granddad shirt
Indoors, yeah.
on a Thursday, and I've got a blanket in case I get cold.
Who is the oldest? Is it Tom?
It might be. Oh.
Yeah, it is.
by a day and a half.
How close is 30?
Shut up.
Oh no, it's not.
Next year.
Yeah.
Alex
We don't
realised
like
he was
thinking
hitting.
about it.
Alex realised like last week he was hitting 30 because he sent me a very excited text over waffle towels.
Yeah. They look great.
And he was like, Lauren, on payday we have to get these waffle towels. And I'm just like,
charcoal coloured. Lovely.
and I was like, Alex, we're getting very excited over towels.
Have you got yourself a heated area yet?
Sorry?
A heated
Oh,
area.
they're so good.
Yeah,
got
that's
them
as
in-
good.
I got it
That's
in
when you
uni.
know. When that's as good as life gets, that's when you know.
Yeah,
Era.
electric air. Yeah. It dries your clothes faster.
No, I've not heard of that.
You can get it for like 30 quid in Asda.
Who's here?
Oh, we haven't even started yet. And Max is.
Right.
It's good
Is
timing.
everyone ready for the previously on Lost?
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give us
So-
previously on Lost.
Lulan appeared in Lazerus and saw just the absolute nightmare that it's become during this long elongated coup d'etat between Richard Linebeard, Ducky versus Caitlin and her loyalists. The city's basically split down the middle with fights in the streets, almost like Capulets versus Montagues from Romeo and Juliet, just like causing chaos everywhere. Most of the civilians are either fled the town or boarded up their houses with supplies and stuff. But it's been going on for about 2 months now, with no one gaining that much ground. Luckily, she bumped into Dravik after she killed some of Ducky's men, and Dravik, who was on a scouting mission at the time, teamed up with her to attempt to hunt down I believe, hunt down Richard in an attempt to end it there and then. They managed to smuggle their way underground where they thought he was, but it was just a trap presented by Ducky, who ambushed them. The fight happened in the sewers, and Dravik managed to escape with an unconscious Lulan as they washed up into the river. Meanwhile, the party visited the elves at not Lazarus, sorry, at Oscath, where Leaf and Castian, Freya, Dondorian Winters, and Ultrim are now traveling north with 300 elves and about 30 dwarfs that are going to be slowly caught up by some more dwarfs from Winter's Breath towards Northgard, where there has been a plea of help from the Lord there, who is called Bane Tunbridge. He has summoned a plea of help because his wall basically is being continuously raided, and his lands are being attacked by a mysterious necromancer who has occupied Markef. Meanwhile, from Oscath, Angel and an injured Willow are journeying back to the Robin's headquarters at Middengard, the capital of Midland. And that is what happened last time.
It was a damn good sesh.
Oh, and Reiner's heading to Lazarus, sorry. I thought I said that, but yeah, Reiner is heading to Lazarus.
Hi,
So
Max,
we'll,
by the way.
We'll take it from it's been about we'll do a little fast forward. It's been about 3 days since you guys have left Oscar. Lulan, you've regained consciousness at this like medical tent located at the manor house that you guys fought in when you were attempting to aid Caitlin to kill her father. So you wake up to a familiar sight of like the forest in the manor basically being destroyed. One of the walls slightly dilapidated. The manor half burnt down. To the side there is a bathtub with a bucket just shoved in a corner, which I'm sure if Voltron was there he would shudder at. You awake and you see Dravik, who's like asleep on a stool at the end of the foot of your bed, and you see guards running back and forward. It's quite early in the morning as the sun reaches just over the walls of the manor. There are quite a few injured amongst you, mostly guardsmen, but a couple of townsfolk as well.
I'm gonna sit up. And then, is Dravik right next to me?
No, he's like at the foot of the bed asleep on a stool, leaning on his spear.
Can I throw my pillow at him?
Yeah, absolutely. I should just go get my dice, but yeah, you can throw your pillow at him.
The impact of pillar.
And I'm gonna shout,
Lose 2 hit points.
fucking wake up.
Why so mean?
Yeah. Your pillow wakes up. Your pillow wakes Dravik up.
What the where, why? Why was I unconscious for 3 days when I did not suffer that much damage?
Yeah, you took a huge blow to the head. Luckily your wounds have healed now.
I'm gonna go and just sort of go check Lulan's head. How's the wound doing?
It's almost fully healed. Like you unravel the bandage and it's she can kind of follow your finger quite easily.
Follow my tail.
Fuck's sake. Right.
So
You've been away for 3 days, right? It's been 3 days, has it?
That's
How long?
correct.
Oh.
You're a very observant sleeper.
Right, so what's going on, Doc?
Well, the interesting thing is,
hello, person who hopefully explains what we've been up to.
Yeah. As you look to your right, as Dravik looks to his right, he sees Caitlin walk over. Although it's only been about 2 months since you've seen her, she seems to have grown up tremendously. She has like a tight red breastplate on and a slender rapier at her hip with a dagger on her other hip. You recognise it as the dagger that killed her father. She's got a little bit of like leathers and light mail on,
and she's trying to be every bit the lord that her people need her to be. Her cloak's kind of like billowing behind her as this faint snow is settling down around the burning fires of the medical tent.
Dravek will do a warrior's salute.
She nods. Behind her is Miranda, whose hair has grown slightly longer now. Her bob cut's kept back now in a tight bun. She looks roughly the same as when you saw her, just slightly more exhausted. She nods at Dravik and nods at you, Lulan.
Can I see if she has my hair lock still plaited in her hair or not?
What?
I
Caitlin,
gave Caitlin. I gave her some of my hair to plait into her hair.
Oh, sure. Yeah, she's still got a little bit of your white hair then, yeah. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, we'll say that she's got
Forgetting
that.
lovely moments.
Yeah.
It's
It's a lot to remember.
That's
Goddamn lot to
I'm out
remember.
of here. No.
She sits down in the stool that Dravik's just stood up from. Lulan, where's the rest of the party? I hope to see you all in one place.
It's been a difficult few months, as I'm sure you've had a very difficult couple of months as well. We went to the Dwarven Moot and fought with a god.
What?
So, little busy, but I knew I had to come back here, and I'm sure I cheated. That I managed to get here very quickly, and I'm sure there might be a party member or two on their way, if I had to guess. But
We could
this
do
whole-
with you all,
this
to be
whole-
honest.
this whole continent is so warped, and there is only so many of us in our party, and so I have a feeling that there won't be all of us here. You're just going to
Brave.
have to deal with me.
Miranda puts her hand on Caitlin's shoulder and looks down at you. Grave news indeed. We could have done with the party. Our king has seemingly forsaken us, though he would put it under the guise that he is dealing with a force to the north. We requested aid, and as you can see, she gestures around at the pretty poor-looking camp. We have received none. Caitlin hushes Miranda and then stands up. I do not believe the king has forsaken us, only that there are bigger problems at his door. Instead, I would like to believe that he has faith that we, and she's like gesturing at all the injured around her now, that we can right this wrong and bring peace to Lazerus in the king's name. And like a couple guards like nod their head and like some clap in the distance. And she kind of casts daggers at Miranda, who kind of steps back outside of the tent to get some fresh air. As she turns to Dravik now. Your squad, I'm guessing they didn't make it?
It was only me who made it back after Ducky foolishly and cowardly attacked us in the dark. But he may have had our number this time, but not again.
I do not believe that Lionbeard would be able to win were it not for Ducky, nor vice versa. They seem to cover each other's weaknesses quite well. We have gained no footing. In fact, I have some dire news for the two of you. The innkeeper of the Cabbage Patch, he has been found dead this morning.
That's
Seemingly,
terrible.
some of Ducky's men must have come in and maybe poisoned him in the night. Or while there was no injuries on the outer part of his body, he is passed.
He was an honorable man, but a casualty of war.
Indeed so, and in his death, I believe we may have some ground. His inn overlooked the town square, and it is perhaps that with a small garrison there and a fortification, we may be able to use that as a striking point into Lionbeard's territory. His makeshift fort is only a short walk from the square. But actually, why I've come here and why, while I'm quite happy, Lulan, that you are awake, I have some interesting news. There's been a call. She unravels a scroll and hands it to you, Lulan. For peace. Lionbeard, or perhaps Ducky, has requested a meeting within the town square. All parties with small amount of bodyguards are to meet and to discuss peace terms. Whether it's their surrender or their request for us to surrender, I have no idea. But it is for tomorrow afternoon.
You know this is a trap, right?
Perhaps, but
No. There is no perhaps.
with the inn, I'm going to station Miranda and some of our best archers. It is possible that Lionbeard is unaware that we've taken the inn, as maybe it was Ducky's men that did it, but we will now have a vantage point over the entire market square.
I have a
would
question
like
about Lionbeard. Ducky, his appearance, his strength, everything about him was somewhat of a surprise.
Yeah, it's like both of his parents were bodybuilders, and then they created a bigger bodybuilder.
I have
On
not
steroids.
met Ducky.
How formidable is this Lionbeard?
He was the captain of my father's garrison. He seemed well adept to the ways of the sword and a fair rider. He was never the best jouster, but he was in his cups one too many often, so I have no
Isn't-
idea.
I'll turn to Travik. Isn't he the guy with the deviant heart that we literally just heard the rumor of? That he's got a deviant heart?
Yes.
He found a chaos catalyst.
Chaos.
Ah.
Miranda now turns back around and piques interest.
It almost feels like this is a no-win scenario currently. With our
Well,
numbers.
we can hope for aid and play a defensive game, or perhaps if you believe that it's a trap, we can spring a trap of our own. Miranda now
I
walks
think
in.
we have to play dirty, because they will not be playing fair. This is not a gentleman's game. This is a time to be horrifically unfair. We have to pull any string we can, I think.
I agree, Miranda comes in. This is prime idea. We turn a trap into our own trap, strike both serpent heads, kill Richard and kill Ducky, and claim Lazerus finally in the name of peace. When their figureheads are down, their men will throw down their arms.
Do we know where Ducky is stationed, roughly?
No.
So we don't know anything about where anyone
Well,
is
we
in the
knew
city.
Ducky was somewhat near the docks.
Well, you found that out. Yeah,
But we
I
don't
don't-
know where Lion Beard is.
I don't suppose there's a way.
Oh no, he's near the
'Cause I'm-
barracks. Lionbeard's in the barracks.
Yeah, he was stationed at the barrack. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
where
I don't
like
suppose there's a
one.
way to poison people with barrels. In terms of, I'm sure they're going to drink. Is there a way to poison their barrels?
Miranda
With ale?
Miranda thinks for a moment. It's possible, but it might be possible they haven't got any ale left. We've not been receiving any supplies, and none of the villagers have been working, which is worrisome with winter coming.
I do have another option. All this deceit, all this betrayal, all this trickery is not the warrior's way. If you want to rule Lazerus as a true leader, perhaps I could fight as your champion in a one-on-one competition for the rule of this town.
Caitlin puts her hand on Jarrek's shoulder. I have no doubt that you would win, but I fear that they are too cowardly to accept such terms. However, perhaps we can use it as a distraction whilst our archers get into place, and I think maybe Lulan and Miranda are right. Perhaps we have to just snuff them out now for the greater good.
Ooh. What about blowing up some of the docks when we're having the meeting? To distract Ducky, especially, and his men.
Speaking personally, I will only be involved if you do this, if they instigate it.
Agreed. It should be on their terms that they break the pattern of trust. We will merely prepare for that.
I have
And
unfinished business with this ducky. I have future battles ahead which are not anywhere. You know, they're more than this, and if I can't defeat him, then there's no point in even considering my future.
And I need the catalyst, so I'm in anyway.
Very well.
But-
I'll send a rider
But
to agree to these terms. And Miranda, you'll be picking out archers for the inn. She nods and leaves the tent as Caitlin
Can
looks back at you guys.
I'm gonna turn to Caitlin.
Yep.
This is most probably going to be, even though it is under the guise of talking, there is no doubt that it will turn into a fight. And if both of Ducky and the other guy, who's kind of, I forgot, if they're both there, then this is going to be a very hard and difficult fight. And so just get every man and woman you can there to fight on our side, or at least be on the outskirts to give support if they can. This is no joke. This is your final stand.
Very well. We'll delay it. We'll delay it for 2 days and gather in the scouts we sent. I'm sure they'll agree to those terms. Thank you very much. And she bows once more to you guys and leaves.
I give her like the sup, like cool. Nod.
Meanwhile, Angel and Willow galloping as fast as they can. Willow's kind of like holding on to her horse and occasionally like leans forwards in her saddle slightly. She looks a bit poorly,
Don't
bit
forget,
poorly,
I
but she
convinced Freya's dad to give us guards as
Yeah.
escorts.
Yeah, you've got guards. You're riding, and you've been riding for like a good couple days now. About 3 days. You're at the borders of Maidenhead.
This music's scary.
Yeah, this is like.
At the borders of Maidenhead, and you've
Oh, no.
you've ridden through the burrows, and they're on the main road now. And Willow like circles her horse around and looks towards the village of Maidenhead. And you see in the distance like basically a car, like almost like a cloud of banners blowing in the wind, and you see Henry's banner there.
Good.
She turns to you, her sleeve blowing in the wind where her arm's missing. Angel, King Henry is at Maidenhead. That is his banner. She points out over in the distance.
What does
Should we not?
No, I'm not gonna
Should we not visit?
I mean, it's on the way. We can't hurt to stop and rest for a moment. Let's pop in. Maybe he can give us some knowledge of things that have been going on that we did not know.
As you ride towards Maidenhead, you're met with this quite like large city, effectively with huge gaps, very very like wide road through the center of it, and the city's kind of sprung up around this road. There's plenty of inns and stables, and you see quite a few of Maidenhead's guards armed to the teeth and positioned around inside the outer wall.
I have a question. Is Maidenhead where we fought the Queen? Or was
No, that's
was
Maidentown.
Okay, good. Just checking. And I haven't been here before, technically.
No. Well, I mean, the Angel has, but not it since we played. Yeah.
Okay.
And so as you like ride around town, there's an inn where Willow brings up her horses, and the elves have all kind of like got their hoods up around you, and she kicks off her horse and attempts one-handedly to bridle it to a post, with the elves helping her out.
Alright. I'll just act like everything's completely normal. I'm not gonna make a scene.
We should get a drink first. Find out what's going on.
Is there any guards nearby station?
Yeah, there's guards
I'm
everywhere.
gonna beckon a guard.
What's up?
Do you know who I am?
I ain't got the foggiest, lad. You supposed to be someone famous?
I'm gonna beckon over a different guard.
Yes.
Do you know who I am?
Queen's mother. They all start laughing.
Well, no, but I did murder a queen in my time. One or two, but I am legendary hero Angel Fernandez of the Chosen Ones. Good dear friend of your king, Henry. And I was wondering whether he was
Henry's not our king. He spits on the floor in front of you. We're Midlanders. We're Midlanders.
Right.
We ain't dirty ancients. Willow walks over. Apologies for my friend. We've been travelling for some time. We're just going to get some light refreshments at the inn. Yeah, you better watch this boy's mouth. Wait. Who's that accompanying you? As they see the 12 hooded elves.
None of your business. Now fuck off.
And I'm gonna go into the bar.
As you enter the bar, the elves kind of huddle into a corner and pour out their own drinks. The guards kind of follow you in, pretending to get drinks beside you as well.
Alright. I'll
That's
lean
it.
next to them and go,
So, was your breath always this bad, or you just didn't brush your teeth this morning?
Willow kind of disappears into the crowd as one of the guards. What this? As one of the guards turns and grabs Angel by his scuff of his collar and pushes him into a bunch of stools. Who the fuck do you think you are? This is Maidenhead.
I fought in a bar before, sir, and it doesn't end well for anybody.
The two guards behind are kind of clicking their knuckles. They rest their spears against the wall.
Alright.
You some sort of Ancian spy.
I'm gonna give you one chance to get out of here, because I'm just here for a drink, alright?
Yeah, you and your pointy-eared freaks as two of the elves stand up and pull down their hoods.
Alright, this is not worth it. Old me would have broke your teeth, but it's not the time. When
Are you an
got a
Ancian
smile
spy?
as pretty as mine, I'm talking. When you have a smile as pretty as mine, you know to appreciate a good set of teeth. Whether they be white and pearly or yellow and manky like yourselves. Now,
I think we need to bring this one in, lads. I think he's had a little bit too much to drink. As one of them
I'm gonna
holds
punch one
a
in the
flag.
nose, knock him out.
What's your strength?
God, it's just gonna go this way. It's 6.
You started.
You catch him completely unawares as he goes to pick up a flagon, and you pinpoint and hit him You strike him directly into his chin. You hear this sickening click as his lower jaw dislocates, and he slams into the bar, sliding down, knocking over 2 of the stools.
I'm gonna pull out my lightning blade and just crackle energy through it and point it at them and go,
What's your wisdom?
8.
The blade ignites and lightning starts flickering out.
I'm just gonna point at them and go,
take your friend and leave.
One of the guards goes to pick up his mate, and the other one just unsheaths his longsword as quick as he can. Before it reaches you, however, this dagger slices past his chin, and it gets wrapped around his neck, and Willow's standing behind him holding a knife to his throat. And he kind of hesitates for a moment as 2 of the elves unsheath their curved long swords and press it against his neck and chest, and one of against his friend, and they
Don't make
kind
us
of back
repeat
away.
ourselves.
They back away slowly. The innkeeper just slowly stands up. My God, tensions are high enough without you causing trouble, Angel. I know who you are.
I'll have what kind of beverages have you got on tap?
Oh, we've got dwarven vodka. We've got
None of that. I've had bad experience.
we've got some nice ale here that we brewed in town. I'll consider it on the house if you and your lot keep to the corner there.
That sounds like a deal.
Willow kind of spits on the floor as they leave and sheaths her dagger.
Always making friends.
The elves kind of nod towards her and they take their help you over with all the ales as you sit in the corner near the fire.
Clearly, I am a little bit mistaken on who runs this town.
The innkeeper's bringing over a tray as he sets it down with some cheese and bread. listen, the town is on high alert right now. We've got a very prestigious guest amongst us, Henry Vance, and of Ansia has brought 300 men over, as well as the Queen's bones to be returned and rest alongside her family at Middengard. There is a talk that both kings are going to meet and try and attempt to broker a time of peace. However, as you can see, some Midlanders are still under the guise that Ansia should succumb to us. And he holds up his hands as Willow looks. No, I'm not one of them. I just would like to do anything for peace. Peace in the inn, he looks at Angel, and peace in my town. Now,
this is one of the few establishments I'm not barred in, so if I can.
The Lady Fritz is positioned Henry and his men on the outskirts, just north of the town. You may have seen their banners blowing. There's a fair few, 300 knights and their squires to boot. They've camped just on the edge by an old watchtower. Used to be some elven watchtower, I believe, to look over the river. There is talk that King Victor has sent down 600 to accompany them to Middengard alongside the bones of his sister. Though many of us are curious as to why the king can't send them a little bit further south towards Lazerus, but I'm not a lord, nor am I the mayor, so you've got any questions for me, now is the time.
Do you serve chips?
Yes, of course, yes.
Chips for all.
He pushes you as hard as he
can.
Well, he nods and you just see him walk behind and start cutting up potatoes with his wife.
Nice.
Don't
Alright.
you dare mention that name here.
Maybe it's better we keep a slightly lower profile than originally intended. I'll throw it out
Now-
to the house. I personally don't think it's a very good idea that we stay here. Maybe we just power on straight to Henry's camp.
Agreed. I think let's drink up and leave. And all the elves kind of nod. Two of them have already left to go start saddling the horses again. Now the horses have had a little rest. As you finish your drinks, you kind of like glance through the window and you see a couple of the guards like rummaging around and starting to talk and gather as the elves start to leave in single file.
Have we had our chips? Can we have them to go?
Yeah, of course. He puts them in a little paper bag. Salt vinegar.
Just so.
As you leave, your horses are lined up, and some of the villagers have kind of gathered around to see what all the hustle and bustle is. As one of the guards is like holding a bruised lip as he evils towards Angel.
I'll just blank him and get on my horse and hopefully set off.
You ride through town along the main roads, and it's like a bustling, busy day. It's very, very light amount of snow is falling. Some of the kids are like trying to catch it in their mouth, and they're running around giggling. Your boots are a little bit dirty. Your horse is a little bit dirty, but you're hoping when you get to Henry's camp, you can unwind and not fear being mistaken as a spy, which obviously is a Robin. You are anyway. But as you approach the very edge of town, the gate swings open. And some of the guards there kind of beckon you to leave a bunch of travellers that are leaving at the same time. Up front of you is the very last harvest, as farmers are desperate to try and get all their crops in before the winter basically destroys the ground. And so the field is currently absolutely bustling as far as the eye can see with farmers. To the very far north, you can see like the hill where all the banners were that you spotted earlier, and like a dilapidated watchtower next to it.
I definitely misunderstood. I thought all the Henry banners were in the town.
Well, they're like next to it. They're only like a 10-minute ride away from it. So.
Okay. Cool.
It felt in character, don't worry, Tom.
Yeah.
So as you ride up to the tower, like a very small kind of like wall has been made. Not a wall, but like earthen spikes have been put into the ground around the camp. Henry's clearly preparing for the worst constantly by having defenses on the go, and there are mounted knights at every entrance, as well as very like hastily built wooden watchtower near the earth moat that you've basically crossed over into the camp. Who goes there? A shout for a helmet or a half helm as a knight rides up to you, clad in steel.
Your dream come true. Angel Fernandez, legendary hero, savior of all mankind.
My God, I can't believe it. As hold on. As you recognise instantly when they remove the helmet, Hunter Swan of Barrowtown.
Oh.
Angel Fernandez in the flesh. He puts his helmet under his arm and offers you a hand as he gallops next to you.
I wink at him and go, always nice to see you. And then
See you, nice. as he grabs your hand. It is.
he is the guy with one eye, if I remember correctly.
Which one? Sorry.
Oh, no, that's someone else.
Yeah,
I'm
Hunter
scrolling.
Swan is Reiner's cousin.
Okay. Well, I did it anyway.
It is an absolute pleasure to see you, Angel. We'd feared the worst. We haven't heard from any of your party in such a long time.
Things are well. I have good news to spread about all of our party members.
Oh, good news is dire in these times. Quick, ride with me. Your men will be treated with utmost respect as you see some of the knights ride up and escort the elves to a makeshift stable. Your horses too, if we
Kind of
dismount here.
treatment we like. Thank you.
He notices Willow as she struggles to dismount. He jumps off his horse and helps her.
I'm gonna stop him. She can do it by herself.
Willow stumbles slightly and then stands up proud as her horse gets taken away to the stable. She pulls the cloak further over her stump though and keeps her hood up.
Lead the way.
He starts catching up on what's happened. So Henry has basically started to summon thirds of men, so basically levies and stuff like that, to try and rebuild a joint Ancian army. Geoffrey Bowman is the Lord Commander of the Last Garrison. Is it Last Garrison? Shit, what's it called?
Versus the Orcs.
Shield of Man, yeah. And Tyrion Wolf of Lumbertown. Is it Tyrion Wolf? Let me just double check.
That was the guy I was trying to make an eye joke about, but I got it wrong.
Yeah, it's Tyrion Wolf
I've got
is
Tyler. Oh yeah.
is starting to build a small navy, basically long ships, and is gathering men as well in Henry's name to defend against any more invasions like what happened to Skyhold. Henry has been well respected as a king already. Everyone's really kind of a reign of peace over the last half a year that you guys have been missing, or the last 4 or 5 months. Everything's going well, but he's Hunter Swan does warn you, he's quite exhausted. He's taking it in his stride, but he is tired.
Yes, it is tiring
obviously.
times.
I agree. Rising to the throne so quickly and so hastily, with one thing to have humans as enemies, but to have the unknown. One shudders to think. He stops just before the watchtower where Henry's made his quarters. I will wait outside. I'm sure he'll be excited and happy to see you both, as he nods. And then quickly, before you leave, I'd like you to pass on a message to Reiner should you see him again.
Of course.
Very well. I'll catch you before you go. And
You can tell me now.
Well, I haven't written it yet, but
Oh, I see. You want to write it.
I wasn't expecting to see you as he bows. And,
I thought it was a verbal thing. No worries.
as he walks back towards his men.
Alright. I'm gonna head towards... Is it just me and Willow?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to Willow and go, how are you feeling?
Less crippled.
Good. You held yourself strong. A good old knife to the throat always surges the righteousness.
I froze against Harkon. I was afraid of death for the first time. And it cost me a lot. She her tongue kind of gums at the 2 teeth she's missing at the side of her mouth, and her stump she holds up against the cloaks.
Well, just remember, every time you look at those war wounds, they should be badges of honor, because without them, dear Voltron would be dead. You made me and everybody else proud by stepping in against a foe significantly bigger and more terrifying than we've ever faced before. So you should be
She,
very proud. And don't expect me to go easy on you.
She
Only
kind of
when
looks
you lose
away
the
and like as the fire burns from the torches, you almost feel like you see a tear in her eye as she like snuffles a tear and like buries her head under her cloak and then gives you a gentle kick in your shin.
I really need to buy shin pads. Next time we go to the blacksmith, it's becoming a problem. I bruise so easily. And I'm gonna head towards the town.
The two guards notice you and open the door for you, and pressed up against basically a table, kind of standing over this maps all over, paper everywhere, candlelight and a fire burning at the center of the tower is Henry. He's in traveling leathers, and on a armor rack beside him is this ornate, almost like lion themed chest piece, which is like a lapis lazuli color with like grey and gold. And he's unmistakably Henry, though he's grown a bit of facial hair. His hair's slightly longer and slicked back. A long sword at his hip.
Looks like you're slumming it in the rough, eh?
He immediately spins and he's like, I recognize that voice anywhere, as he walks over and puts his arms around you and brings you into the tower. Angel Fernandez, as I live and breathe.
My dear king, it is good to be in the presence of royalty once again.
Please tell me the others fare equally well.
Well, let's just say,
You're not the only royalty in town anymore.
Well, what do you mean?
Our little man, Voltrum, the dwarf, if you want to call
Oh,
him
little
that.
man.
He's only gonna become king of dwarven kind.
Ultrim, king of the dwarfs. That has a nice ring to it. I would like to honor him, but I am guessing he is not with you. As Willow closes the door behind her.
Well, first things first. You're gonna want to spread the word of Rykar, because that is the name of the dwarven king.
Rykar? I've not heard that name in many years. It couldn't be the same Rykar Hornblower.
I wouldn't like to, get into the whole conspiracy theory thing, but it's a pretty common belief at the moment.
Well then. I'm stunned to silence. I would like to congratulate Rykar or Voltrim, whatever he chooses to go by, and hope that between us, Ansia and the Dwarven Mountains will forever be at peace. The last Herf is an issue I will raise with him, should I see him soon. It needs to be resettled. My friend at South March, Talhart, has been aiding the dwarfs in clearing it of the dead and attempting to reopen the passageway that has been destroyed.
I do have some other news, which I believe you're aware of, that there's growing discontent in Northgard.
Yes, well, please come sit. He pours some wine for you both as he sits on the other side. In front of you is this map which has been unfurled and folded up 100 times. Ansia remains at peace under the guidance of my Castellian, Reginald Marcher. From Hardhome, he is governing in my name whilst I am in Midland. Hunter has gathered the bravest knights around, and we are travelling with a small envoy, and you may also recognise out there Rob, my King's Guard, and Tom, but they're currently away on a scouting mission.
Tom. A good fight.
Yes. We have the Queen's remains, though whether they are the Queen or not, I'm not entirely certain. He sips at his wine, but nevertheless, it will bring the King of Midland peace to know his sister can be entombed once more. Can be entombed with his family.
Yes, I don't think I should join you for that. I already went and created a bit of a ruckus and claimed to have killed her myself.
Well, luckily, not at Midgard, surely. You've journeyed from the south, my men say.
Yeah, I took a detour, so sorry about that.
No, you haven't.
No, I thought we
man.
just We just
You're
went
at Maidenhead.
Yeah. Which
Yeah,
is
it's in Midgard. Midgard is the capital of Midland at the top.
that's where the king is.
Yeah, big city.
Thank God.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You're at the watchtower just outside Maidenhead.
Okay.
We are to wait here whilst his one of his captains, Alexander Strong, rides south with some 600 men. They are to escort us through Kirkwall, past the church, and straight into Midgard, where we may present the remains and offer service, he sighs. Instead, he may or may not recognize me as King of Antia, but I do not wish for a war amongst men, no more than I wish for a war of chaos. However, we cannot fight on multiple fronts. Every moment I'm away from Antia, I fear that this new orcish king of the Badlands will strike at the Shield of Man, or perhaps another raiding party from the Barren Cold may assail us at the Free Docks. Skyhold is still in ruins, and I have yet to be able to fix the mess that is there. Then there's the issue of the last hearth.
Our problems never seem to cease.
No, he rubs at his eyes. This is my exact issue, but it is nice to be on horse and a sword at my hip. I spent the last 5 months cooped up in a study, attempting to deal with taxes and petty disputes. It's nice to feel like a soldier once more.
Well, perhaps I could challenge you to a duel sometime. Test those skills of yours.
To be trained by the legendary Angel Fernandez would be an honor.
I like the sound of that. But bringing it back to boring logistics. Sorry to always be gimme, but there was something that I wanted to ask of you.
Of course. Ask away.
Us chosen ones. I believe it's fair to say we've done a fair amount towards your quest, your
Of
journey,
course.
as have you helped us.
Of course.
We were wondering whether there was any locations in Ansia that you would suggest could act as a keep of sorts. Somewhere central where we could not have to be traveling and constantly in camps, and somewhere that we can make as our own little base.
Well, it is highly possible that we can construct anything anywhere for you. You are owed a great amount of debt. Perhaps we can settle you between Baratan and Kirkwall. There is a small island there. So if you look on the map, it's just kind of, if you follow that island in north, Maidentown, just outside of Kirkwall, across the bridge, that is Antian lands. However, that should a war arise between Midland and Antia, it would typically maybe the first thing to be conquered. It is sort of like a buffer between us and them.
That's sort of the thing the estate agent normally wouldn't mention.
Yes,
Slightly
well, I feel
confusing.
like I owe you that. However, there are many places we can settle you. Give me some time to think on it, and I will begin order construction immediately.
Thank you very much, Henry. Is there, I believe I am heading in exactly the same direction as you. Would you be happy with me to accompany you?
Yes, once Alexander Strong arrives of his... Sir Alexander Strong arrives of his men, then we will of course can journey together. Though something concerns me. Perhaps you've come from that way. There is talk of a town south of here, Lazerus. It has been under siege or has infighting, and yet the king seems more concerned with his capital than with his own lords and ladies. Is this a weakened point, perhaps? I wish not to ride south and see for myself. In the past, Lazerus has always been the first place that Ansia has sieged, and so I do not wish for King Tross. Is his name Tross? Sorry, give me 1 second. Fuck. King Victor Tross to believe that I am attempting any invasions or to pry at any of his weaknesses, but Lazerus seems interesting to me. Why would the king not protect his own people?
Well, I mean, last I heard, it seemed pretty alright. Pretty nice place.
The
Perfect. I don't need to send any men then.
No, I mean we've sent Reiner. I mean, if there's anything going on, I'm sure he can handle it.
I'm certain he can. Cuts back. Reiner's on fire. I'm certain he can then. Very well. We'll journey to Midgard together. Strong should be here within 2 days. I will have a tent set up for you and Willow straight away.
I also brought a company of elves, which...
Oh, excellent. Well, of course, their accommodation will be set up as well.
I have a question. Will bringing them make anything awkward, or will it help, seeing as they're from...
I can't. It should be fine.
They're from Oscar, which is in Midland, so maybe it'll help to have them sided with us to create unity?
Perhaps. It shouldn't hurt, nevertheless.
Alright. Fantastico.
Meanwhile, if we fly over now to... we'll quickly do... we'll go to Voltrim and Freya. So Voltrim and Freya, you are journeying north towards Northsgard along the road with a small company of dwarfs and about 300 of Leaf's archers.
Okay. You're going to set the scene for us, Alex, or
So
we just...
you've been riding for about 4 days. The sun is high in the sky right now, but a cold breeze comes at you from your left, which is from the mountains. If you're riding parallel, you're probably about kind of getting close to Manawell now, as your Leaf's men are quite like scouting far and wide. Castian rides up towards you, Freya. My daughter, it is... Wait, I can't do Henry's voice, hold on.
Wait, so are we with Leaf and...
Yeah.
I thought they were ahead of us. Oh, okay.
No, they're riding with you.
Okay.
Remember,
so
he
Leaf's
came
there.
back and saw you.
So Leaf's there.
That was the last
Yeah.
thing he saw.
Oh, God.
Just a reminder.
My
Wait,
daughter,
so why did me and
it
Leaf
is-
have this... Wait, so why did me and Leaf have that goodbye when Leaf's there? He's riding in front of me.
No,
He
he
rode
rode
ahead-
awkward asking you on a date.
Yeah.
So what, he's there then?
Yeah.
Well, he's scouting right now, so he's not there currently, no.
He
Okay.
just
Just remember
thinks
the
we had a
meme.
rebound, so just don't forget.
Yeah.
Okay, go on then.
My daughter, it is nice to ride beside you once more. It brings back memories of your childhood, teaching you to ride for the first time. You never did take well to a horse, but this one seems to be respecting you as your equal.
Can I give the horse a stroke? I have got better at riding since then, Father.
You'll never remember this, but the first time we rode out of Oscar, you fell directly into horse dung. Niose found it most enjoyable.
Fred, just say under her breath, she goes, I'm so glad it's just Voltrim.
Voltrim's like on his little dwarven horse beside you. Voltrim, I hope you don't mind trip down memory lane. You see, Freya was such a willful child. Niose took directly after me, but Freya, her mother. Oh, if you could have heard the stories your grandparents used to tell me about your mother. You're 2 peas in a pod. She learned fire magic at such a young age, and she was such a rebel she almost burnt the house down. Of course, it took you a little longer with fire magic. If Lysandra hadn't shown much patience with you, I feel like you would have just ended up combusting on your own.
I feel like I would have figured it out on my own.
He glances at Voltrim out of his corner of his eye. Yes, of course. Eventually, I'm certain.
You haven't seen her probably for quite some time.
No, I'm certain you've become every bit the warrior your mother was. As I said, you take directly after her. I was always better at the planning than the fighting.
Tell me about her.
What is there to say? I was in love with that woman the moment I laid eyes on her. She walked into the keep. She was from a slightly more prestigious family than my own. However, I was serving as the captain of the guard within side of Marquette. Not a swan knight yet, but I was a skilled swordsman and excellent cunning. excellent at planning. And with a little cunning, I managed to worm my way up to a knighthood. But she strode in, demanded the position of captain of the Swan Knights, and challenged the captain at the time to a duel. She won it, and on that day she won my heart as well. It took maybe another 4 or 5 years after that for me to have the courage to speak to her. But we got on straight away. Marquette was so beautiful. We went down to the market once, and I picked out a flower of winter's bloom. It suited her in her silver and pink hair to a T, and he kind of like looks off into the distance. Neose's birth was hard. We struggled. She almost didn't make it, but she spoke to Sea Star, and Sea Star worked her magic, and Neose was born a beautiful baby boy. Perhaps he was troubled from the birth, or perhaps I was never meant to be a parent alone. We weren't expecting another child. Didn't expect we could, and then a little miracle baby happened, and he looks over at Freya, kind of brushes her hair aside. And now Freya is here, and my son is somewhere.
Evil.
Let's hope not, for our family's sake.
Ray just kind of gives a kind of just sighs, and then just shakes her head.
It's
What are the latest reports on the OSA?
He was last spotted at Lake Town some time ago, and then Angel informed me somewhere near Kirkwall as well. My own men informed me that he was south, between Lazerus and Oscar, and then you informed me of an ambush within the way to Hammer's home. Where he is now could be anywhere from Oscar to Northgard, or perhaps he went over the Ridgeback Mountains. We do not know. I fear for his sanity, however. Clearly something is not right.
There was no word of him from the dwarves at the Ridgebacks, so let's assume he's still in the land of men right now.
Let's hope he's not causing any chaos there. Anyway,
We'll come to that when we do.
It is an absolute pleasure to ride alongside you, my daughter. Now I must go catch up with the men. I shall talk to you in a short while, as he rides off to the front of the column. Dundorian Winters now gallops up on his little Orok, his men keeping pace with him. Bloody hell, this ride takes forever. You elves like to ride slow, don't you? We could have put the gallop to these Oroks and we'd be halfway by now. I fear we'll be... Oh, my apologies, Your Grace.
None of that. Our Uruks have to ride twice the distance these massive war beasts do.
Aye, but they can ride 3 times as long. They don't need to stop for water and sodding grass every 5 minutes. Do you, boy, as he pats his Uruk. The Uruk goes. Go, I say, easy lad, easy lad.
Better sorted for this weather, though.
Agreed. These southern winds are bringing a mighty chill. My grandfather will be freezing in my halls by now, complaining of his knees and his joints. He always could tell when the winter was coming. I hope we do not get a heavy snow. We're nearing Manawell now, and I don't particularly want to stay there for long. These Templars see devils in us all. We're not particularly the most human of companies right now. A dwarf, an elf, and everything in between. Oh wait, Reiner's not here. Never mind. Sorry. He laughs.
Half-elf joke. Yeah, I get it. We get it.
I need to send this wagon off to Winter's Breath. I promised the lad as he unveils this this giant silver ballista head that was from Lazerus. The boy wants me to melt it down for him and create some, what was it? Arrows. No.
Arrows, a dagger.
Silver arrows. So I promised him. So the wagon will be journeying back into Winter's Breath while we regroup with the men just north of here. I think 3 more days and we would have caught up with the main regiment of my men. And then just 2 more days to Northgard.
Keep a weather eye. I don't think these lands are entirely safe at this point.
No.
Intuition.
Very well, Your Grace. I'll accept that intuition because it's kept me alive for now. Men, ride up along the wagon. Although these elves seem to be scouting far and wide, and in the very far distance, you can just make out Leaf discussing with a couple men. That one's a handsome one, isn't he? Although he seems mighty blind.
You just and Freya's just gone red. She's not even looking at them. She's just riding along, facing forward, just gone a bit red.
I tell you what, if I was an elf woman and he wasn't blind, I'm sure we'd be making elf babies left, right, and centre.
And that's actually Freya doing that.
Oh, my apologies, your lady. I didn't see you there. As he winks towards Voltrim.
Just rolls the eyes but smirks.
Sorry, my men are calling me. As he slowly marches backwards on his Uruk to talk to his men.
You walk away.
Yeah, I think Voltrim would turn to Freya and say, "Yeah, how's that all going?"
Freya's just gonna give that Voltrim the side eye, going, "Don't ask."
Why not?
And then she's gonna be like, "You saw the catastrophe of what happened back there. Don't make me relive it."
I did. It was at the time mortifying for everyone involved, apart from Angel. But on reflection, it forced Leaf's hand a little.
Did it? Did it?
Did
it, Voltrim? Did it, Voltrim?
Seemed to. So now, the questions always are, what do you want out of it?
Well, you guys discuss.
And you do not have to answer that now. But we can play a drinking game if you want.
What, riding our horses?
Yeah, we'll wait for camp. So what about that situation was worse? The worst part? Was it the forcibly putting your hand somewhere? Or was it the...
Just if one person just wasn't involved in that whole situation, it probably would have gone a lot better.
I mean, Reiner wasn't nearby.
I'm talking about the other idiot of the group.
Who involved him?
What, Scribbles?
No, the other one.
Oh, the other one.
The main one. You know, the main one who likes to think he's the leader of the group, but clearly isn't.
I wonder if he's burned down any more pubs lately.
You know what? I hope something happens to him on this journey. Just nothing too bad. Just something.
You know, when I asked that question the other day about what do we want, he gave a serious answer. Is he okay? Is he alright?
He did give a serious answer, didn't he?
Is he dying? He did say something about dying a while back, but you didn't seem to think he was right.
No. Although I do think, Voltrim, after all this time, I do think he's growing up a little bit. Just a little bit.
I'm a little bit proud of him.
Growth and progress is definitely just by
I'm a little bit proud of him, and I will tell him that I think he's growing.
But then he does something really good, and then he does something like he did the other day, and then it just ruins the whole thing. Like the moment I start to like him just a little bit, he fucks it, completely burns it. just shove firewood into the bloody fire and just make it 10 times worse than it has to be. Well, at least he's like, you know, progress.
At least he's taking some responsibility as well.
Yeah. Ryan, on the other hand, I'm not too sure.
No, Reiner still lurches from catastrophe to heroism at an alarming rate that scares everyone.
And then messes up to the point the rest of us have to go clean up his mess. So...
But then saves the day and just makes you forget all of it. Very briefly. You do briefly forget.
Just
yeah.
amazing, guys. Don't give a shit else.
But the one I'm most disappointed in is Lulin. Running off like that in the middle of the night, taking our quickest form of transport as well.
And all
Have you noticed the last couple months, Lulin's been a bit shifty. She's been a bit quiet, a bit in the background.
Yeah, but she's
And then
also
she disappears.
She's also been giggly.
I know.
She's been giggling. And that terrifies me more than the shiftiness.
You know, I thought me and Lulin were tight. There was a moment there where we got really close and then she kind of just distanced herself. It's very odd.
She found a lot out about her dad, and I don't think that sat too well.
I think, after that it was a bit... Also, I love that Freya and Vulture were just having like a proper bitch session.
They're having there's tea, there's a cup of tea, and it's just being spilt really slowly.
They're just riding along, just casually through the forest, having a little bitch.
Yeah, it was part filling time while Alex was gone.
That was
Yeah.
my
But
favourite
also-
part. You just see you guys bond like true friends by bitching about all your other friends.
I just feel like out of everyone in the party, Vulture, we're the only two that actually have any class.
Your father saying, "Oh, a trip down memory lane." Oh, that struck hard. I thought that was a little insensitive phrasing,
Why?
but I won't hold it against him.
Why?
Poor old Vulture, mate. Remembered
Poor old
nothing.
Vulture with no memories,
Memory.
getting walked down memory lane. But it was nice hearing about your mother.
Yeah, it's sad though.
It is, but there's only so much you can do. You can feel bad for scenarios that you had no control over, or you can cherish the fond memories you have.
And just think, if she was here, I think Neose would be a lot different than he is.
Mm.
You blame it all on your dad.
No.
You're not
I think
there.
her death.
Just quiet you.
Yeah, you're not there. I think her death had a very bad effect on Neose.
Just think how it would have affected your father as well.
Mm.
Would have hit
He was
him like
a-
a train.
He was a lot
Whatever
more
a train is.
confident and outgoing and very much to the charge, but he just stays in his room really. And I mean, you saw his room with all that research and scrolls and plans and things from before. He was very much...
Yeah, he gave me the Mask of Sea Star, and he's just like bring it out as they're trotting along. I think this is her last one.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
He said, "I'd know when to use it," which is an interesting one. Interesting phrase. I think it still has a major part to play. But as a reference, I still have this, and should I not be able to use it, someone should.
Let's hopefully, if we don't run into anything, that you'll have to use it soon.
I think it is vital I use it before I'm unable to. I think if it broke, it would be devastating. But then it's a case of I don't want to use it too early. I think we're coming close to the end of this quest. I feel like we have gathered a lot of the pieces. We've just got 3 or 4 left now. So the heart, the Chaos Deviant Heart thing.
Yeah.
I've got no idea where to start with that.
No. I was going to ask, are you at all scared of the final war?
I think I was. And I think my fear now is no longer for me. It is for those who get caught up in it.
Makes sense.
Like we saw what happened at Last Hearth.
Mm.
And there was nothing we could do. I'm going to do everything I can for the people that can't do anything, if that makes sense. And I think we can do great good in this world, so we should.
Mm.
We could do immense evil. Look at what Angel does on a day-to-day basis to poor innocent bystanders.
And Rhino. And then Frey just thinks back to when Rhino killed that innocent child.
And then like someone walks past and goes, Rhino did what? Yeah. I feel like we're close.
It's just hard to think of life before this. Of just a normal life without fighting constantly and camping and travelling and feeling just so dirty all the time.
I know. I'm looking forward to having a home.
Honestly,
proper
I'm
home.
really looking forward to going home. Although home will probably be very different by then. If we still have a home.
Leaf like rides up at that point.
I'm just so dirty. Oh.
All the time.
So my apologies, Your Grace, my lady.
Rose bright red, by the way. Bright red. Instantly.
I thought to share the news. They're soldiers from Winter's Breath of camps not too far north from here. 500 armored dwarfs with aid and supplies for Northsguard will be meeting and veering away from Manorwell. It should bring us quicker to Northsguard, perhaps a day or two in advance, but we'll be catching up with the dwarfs within the next couple of hours. I can see their smokes in the distance.
Got a certain scent to it, doesn't it?
Of ale and meat, perhaps. He kind of he jostles a little bit with old Trim, not to be disrespectful.
Oh no. No disrespect found. Have you fought alongside dwarfs before, Master Elf?
Years ago, maybe 110 years ago now. Time flies quite quickly, but it has been a fair while. I know you make a bloody good shield wall, from what I remember.
Don't meet us in front.
Well, my men are trained at range, so perhaps we can cover each other's weaknesses and aid Northsguard quickly and rapidly, and find out what is happening in Marquette. I fear that if this so-called new Lord of Marquette creates too much chaos, our people will be the ones to be pulled under. And I don't want that. He looks towards Freya.
What word from the Knights of the Silver Tree?
None as yet. They would have reached Northsguard a week ahead of us. Whether or not they've remained there or journeyed on, we'll find out. But none has reached me.
Let's make for the dwarfs then.
Very well. Let us ride.
Unless you want some time, and then he's just gonna pop off.
Lady Freya, I made this for you. I hope you don't think anything poorly of it. It's not quite.
Wait, he's
done.
already gave me a gift though. He gave me the.
Yeah, but he's like whittling. It's not quite finished, and he holds up, and it's starting to resemble like a swan out of wood. Perhaps at the end of this journey, this will be finished. He slowly backs away.
No, it's like before it comes to Leaf Frey, it's just like I don't know what to say. Can Freya take it from him just like in her hands gently and look at it like
Fingers
really
touch.
Huh?
Oh.
Just hold it gently in her hands, and then just look at it really like intensely, but not too intensely that she's like, but like, you know, nicely intensely. And then without looking at Leaf, just like subtly say it's beautiful. Just put really subtly, like it's beautiful. As she's looking at it.
Thank you. The rain starts to pick up, and he like brings up your hood for you, and then brings up his own. My lady, have you ever wondered what the world looks like through my eyes?
Yes.
Come with me quickly. And
God,
he
having
kind
a
of like
moment.
he
I feel
like
it should be private.
he veers off slightly towards the woods and dismounts, helping you from your horse.
Can very like in the distance be like to Fortune. Like, I'm off. I'm going. No, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going. No. Yeah.
As
Make it 6.
you veer away from the column, and as you dismount, like there's nothing but almost like chirping of birds and the pitter patter of rain as he helps you from your horse. He removes like the bandage away from his eyes, and you see that his eyes are like clear white. The pupils are like grey, but they're fixed directly on you. My lady, if you may remove your hood for a second.
I put her head down.
Like the rain, the dripping from leaves and like the branches is kind of falling on your hair as he slowly puts the bandage over your eyes. So now the world's blocked out and all you can hear is sound, and you find quite quickly that your senses are heightened by it. When it rains, I can see you far more clearer than before, as his hand like presses your cheek slightly.
Okay.
Close your eyes and
She's got bandages over her eyes.
yeah, and just listen. And as you listen, like you can hear things much further away than perhaps you would have done originally. You can hear the horses neighing in the column, the soldiers marching, like the rattling of long swords in scabbards and arrows in quivers. And he, what the fuck are you holding, by the way? I thought it was a slipper originally.
It's a hippo.
I've been wondering that, by the way.
Lean into his cheek, by the way. Lean into his fucking
Oh, by the way,
lean your
I've
cheek
been
into his
wondering
hand.
what Anna's been holding the entire
Yeah, I thought
time
it was a
we've been
slipper.
playing, and I've been like, oh, what is that? Like a slipper or
yeah.
a pillow or something. Okay, yeah,
That's,
leaning into his cheek, leaning into his cheek.
He
No, leaning into
No,
his
into his
slow-
hand.
Your cheek is leaning.
Yeah.
He's-
Lean my cheek into his cheek.
He slowly leans forward and lays like the gentlest of kisses on your lips. Look at Lauren Fang yelling. As my
I'm
apologies.
so drawing this, by the way, just so you know.
My apologies, my lady. But I couldn't help myself. You were far too beautiful. As he removes the bandage from your eyes and puts it across his. The rain. Everything's so much nicer in the rain. As he puts up your hood for you. Come, your father will be wondering where we are. As he helps you mount your horse. You
Grab
just in
his cheek and
silence.
say thank you.
Okay, can Freya grab his hand and hold his hand?
Yeah.
And then, like, as they're walking, can she just tighten her grip? So it's just tightening, like, they're holding hands but really tightly.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what, is he walking ahead of her?
Well, you're riding now.
Oh. We're riding now?
It helps you back onto your horse.
Wait a minute,
You were silent. You were just stunned silent.
Yeah, because Freya's, like, blushing. I'm blushing in real life.
Same.
It's just like,
me.
just wait, don't rush it. Don't be like, yeah, done, boom, our horses.
Walk.
Walk
Alright,
to
they're
the thing.
walking to their horses then, yeah.
Thank you. Now we're holding hands.
Mhm.
And what, it's raining?
Yeah.
Give me a sec, just give me a sec.
Oh.
Okay, so we're walking, and then holding hands, and Freya puts down her hoods, and then it's proper, just wet hair, and then leaves wet hair, and then she like pulls Leaf so he turns towards her, and then she pushes, moves aside his hair just really gently, and then she goes up and kisses him.
Oh, leaves blown from the autumn trees as snow settles at your feet, and for a moment, all fear of chaos and war is gone as your hearts meet, and then a dwarven horn is blown in the distance. Woo, as the column is within sight of the Winter's Breath camp. Winter's Breath? Why do I keep saying that? Winter's Breath camp. He suddenly realizes that you're a lady, and he's like in service of your father, and steps back and
I got tears in my eyes.
No, I'm blushing in real life. I'm gonna have to turn my camera off in a minute. Have a full of moment. Just...
My lady, I'll finish this for you. Hopefully before the battle.
Freya is just bright red, by the way. Just
yeah, not that you can see.
Yeah, no, it's bright.
He holds your hand for a second.
Reflex, guys.
Wow, Jeff. Wow.
Don't ruin this moment.
He holds your hand for a second. I will aid your father in reclaiming your home. Markef will be yours once more. I swear this to you.
I'm sorry, I'm lost for words.
As am I, my lady.
Oh, okay.
As he
That was just me saying that, but okay.
Now, quick, let's catch up with the main column. We wouldn't want people whispering.
Whispering.
The dwarves have been known to talk, and we're about to meet 600 of the bearded ones.
Great.
As he helps you back onto your horse, the two of you gallop off, and you just see Voltron waiting for you on the main road.
Freya's just avoiding complete eye contact from Voltron. She's bright red.
That means both of you are. I think Voltron would try and catch her eye and literally just be like,
deliberately trying to catch her
Freya's
eye.
not even looking at you, and she'll be like,
as you guys ride up towards the main party of the Winter's Breath men, Reiner's little wagon goes off onto the main road back to Winter's Breath, and we cut to Reiner himself.
oh, but yeah, my cheeks are like burning.
yeah, I need a cup of tea after that.
Yeah, I need just a second.
Should we
Reiner-
all take a break? Should we all do a break?
Oh, you want to do a quick break?
Yeah, let's just do a 5-minute break. So
Sorry,
I
Max.
can go.
I just, give me a.
Yeah, give me a
I need
sec.
some air. I just need some air.
Yeah, just what I mean. That was.
Alright, I'll take a quick 5-minute break.
Quick break.
I had a bad moment to make a cup of tea. I got to go rewatch that back.
Yeah.
Were you not plugged in?
No, I went in.
Oh
shit.
man. I feel like we need to do breaks more. Not because I have a tiny bladder, but it means that we then get to talk about things, and it's less on Alex to
We
just
all have
constantly be
tiny
talking
bladders,
for
so-
3 hours.
And fangirl behind your camera so no one else can see you.
That sounded good.
So,
Things
do
worked
you like
out.
Ron? Do you like Ron?
Why wouldn't I? He was lovely. Oh.
On the hippopotamus.
And I've got 2 of these amazing creatures.
Oh.
And this one is called, I believe, Eggy.
Who named them?
Yeah, his brother's called Oggy.
Oh.
And they are the best doorstops in the world, and they are helping.
We need to pitch in and get a big sheep plushie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Dan can just wear his, or Max's hoodie.
Speaking of,
Hello.
Hello. Right, cup of tea.
that was a good timing. I mentioned
Dan, you missed all the
bleeding.
really romantic soppy stuff. I feel sorry for you. Have you had a haircut?
Week and a half ago.
Yeah, that counts. I'll
I
make
keep thinking it's Friday today because I got tomorrow off. So I was like, wait, why the fuck is Dan here? It's supposed to be on a date,
I
mister.
have a desk buddy.
Oh.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
Is that in the little pouch Adam got you?
No, I had this. I bought this one today because I wanted something that I could keep them on in the desk that they could
Yeah.
actually fit into.
the one I got was half the size it needed to be.
Yeah.
Adam underestimated what absolute units my guinea pigs are.
Yeah, chonky boys.
They are big old boys. But yeah, no, dates tomorrow. The only reason I wasn't here sooner was because Simi messaged me to play TFT, and nobody told me that this was happening. So
I keep thinking you're in the D&D chat, to be fair.
no,
We should just.
I'll just add you to it.
That's where all the memes. You haven't seen any of the memes.
I've seen none of the memes.
Oh god.
That's horrible.
What do we think of today's memes?
Can you...
I'll check.
I don't know yet. Also,
Wait,
I
what?
won't get any of the jokes.
Surely I'm the host. Yeah.
That I love the first meme. The innkeeper has been found dead.
Why is traffic Shrek?
The reaction face was too perfect.
Yeah.
Traffic technically doesn't know.
Any inn or / pub, Angel. Is this a place to fight?
Oh no, that stepping on one.
That's so true.
It nearly went
You
well.
do exactly the same. You've just made it funnier or more long-winded of how you get there. It's still the same outcome.
Oh, man.
good.
I didn't want to do that. That was just very much an accident. It looks like you're the admin, Alex. So
I've invited.
Dan has been added.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yes, there.
Did you like my memes that I made?
Is this
Adam.
a place to fight?
Of course I did. I love it when others join me in meme making.
The one of Angel, so true. Inventory full of unique weapons. Sniff
Like-
cocaine. Yeah. I love that Elmo meme so much. It's so good.
Dan, do you have the ability to look back in this group, or can you just see from now?
I can only see from now.
That's annoying.
Gonna have to do some reposting.
Well, we'll send Dan. We'll just send it straight to Dan, I guess.
Just send over like the 300 photos of memes that we have built.
We've, I
Well,
guess they
we
will
have
get
built,
it.
Adam has built, and you guys have built.
I've made my fair share.
I should get to see Lauren's amazing art, which is always worth
Yeah.
looking at.
Yeah,
Mm.
click the.
Thank you. Thank
There'll
you.
be tons of.
I had to. I had to
Leaf
redo
and
the
Freya
DP
all the time.
because whoever put it as the DP first, I had to change it because it
Oh my
wasn't
god,
centered.
thank you, because it wasn't
My
centered.
brain was like, I kept looking at it. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So I had to like change it and center
Thank
it.
you. I noticed
Because
that
my-
straight away, and I just couldn't be bothered to do it because I was the one
Sorry.
drawing it. And I was
No,
like,
don't.
It was Adam.
Don't
it was
apologise. My brain was just itching, and I was like, do you know what?
no,
I'm just
Adam,
gonna
it's not
change
good
it.
enough. Whoever did it, it's not good enough.
Also, the song always reminds me of like after the end of every like horrific scene in D&D when we're closing the episode. This song
They
plays.
sing. We've just
Yeah,
murdered
wait.
like 12 villagers, but don't worry about it.
Not only is the woman screaming,
After we-
but we are too.
Well, my D&D is like heavily influenced by Berserk, which is this soundtrack.
I like this song. It's like my D&D safe place song.
If you
This is
if you ever
talkie
want to
time.
like if you ever want to read something and it is kind of sad because the author died last year.
Oh, here he goes.
If you ever want to read something that's like the influence of almost every anime that's come out since like 1990s, like early 1990s, this is Berserk. But
Fucking
the
Berserk.
yeah, they've never quite captured it on anime.
They did do the anime. We watched it.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a weird, funky 3D, and that's only the flashback to when he was
Still
younger.
bloody gruesome though.
It's quite gruesome. Yeah,
Quite.
yeah.
Quite.
Alex, so
What?
I mean, I don't know Berserk, but the amount of scenes that I've seen from Berserk, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you don't want to. You probably watch the eclipse, which is not the scene that most women enjoy.
No. No.
Guts is cool as fuck, though. All about guts.
I had 2 D&D questions for you, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
1, who's holding the book?
Voltron's got the book, I
Voltron.
believe.
And 2, where's Bleedy?
Bleaty is with Voltron and Freya.
Okay, that was all I was wondering.
Oh, nice. I started drawing, just as like a silly drawing, but like Bleaty has this big like plushy cushion and we're all laying on top of it.
Oh, it's like Harper.
Where do you think Voltron sleeps?
Oh.
I feel like if Bleater survives,
He
it should
will.
just be a cutscene to like 3 years in the future, and he's got like so many children.
Oh no, yeah, you know when
They're
it's
just
like got
they're all in different types of armor, like chaos armor, elven armor, dwarf. It's all a mix.
But it's like-
and he's there like trying to train them.
the end scene, and then it's like all the credits, and then it's the very last scene at the end of the credits where Bleaty's just got his own family.
But
He's
it's
like reading-
it's
reading
kind of
the
like
paper.
Minion style.
Yeah.
Minion
He's
style.
like reading the paper again. Graphic appears on the window, and then like double takes, and suddenly they're all just sheep again in the stable.
And then there's there's like a single sign saying a single sheep did all the harming in this production.
Well, Max
right,
looks like he's
let's
representing Bleedy today.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very jealous. It looks
It's
very
a very
comfy.
fluffy jumper. It's lovely.
All right,
But
so
yeah,
Does look
Udi
very
Max.
soft.
Congrats on completing
very
today,
soft.
Max.
Thank you.
what did you complete today?
House.
Sorry.
You finished watching the series House.
Oh.
And my contract with the house went through.
Oh, well, awesome then.
Yeah. So get the keys on the 1st of April.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, so soon.
It is very cool.
I misunderstood that completely.
Literally Monday. No.
I thought we were congratulating you for finishing watching the TV.
Yeah, so did I.
You Laurie.
That must be a
Show
lot of
you.
seasons.
I got to the
I
last
got-
couple of seasons and gave up because I found out how it ended and I was not happy, so I just left it how it was.
This gets really miserable at the end. For like
It does.
season after season of just misery.
Okay, so we'll pick up from
Bringing
here
us
now.
back to D&D, where everything's going great right now.
Yeah. So,
Whee!
Reiner, you quickly dismount from your horse as you emerge on top of this like high-hilled area, with the wind blowing your cloak behind you. Your eagle arises and shoots into the air, holding onto Eddie holding onto the eye that Leaf gave you. As he takes flight, you can see like smoke plumes coming from Lazerus. Your heart sinks as you worry for Miranda as your eagle soars through the air ahead of you, able to cover far more ground than you could on foot or on horse. As it searches over the city tops, you see bodies strewn about, some floating in the docks by the river. Sorry, in the river by the docks. You see like some of the buildings have burnt down, some gates have been rammed open, some barred shut. There is the barracks at the center of town is heavily guarded and under garrison. You see the square where people seem to be gathering, and on rooftops.
I guess Ryder would head to the pub because that's the only place that he knows.
Yeah,
Just
you're
what's
kind
going
of you're looking through one eye, which obviously Eddie's holding, because he's quite a few hours ahead of you as you ride. Back into
Eddie
town.
should be off looking for dear old Miranda.
Wait, what day is he arriving?
Well, this is basically the day of the meeting.
Oh yeah, that makes
Um,
sense. Day 6 then.
So Eddie sees like men in like these woolen cloaks lying down on top of rooftops overlooking the town square. And they're armed with crossbows and they're like quite hidden and covered. Eddie also sees Miranda like sneaking with a bunch of archers
under slightly like red cloaks, representing Caitlin's colour, as they sneak in through the back of this inn.
So the other ones weren't red.
No, they were brown cloaks.
Okay, am I nearby, or am I seeing this through Eddie?
You're seeing this through Eddie. You're about 2 hours ride.
Shit.
And you see Lulan. Obviously, Lulan immediately looks up and kind of senses and spots you. Through Eddie.
Wait, did we not?
Shouldn't she have to do a perception?
Have we?
check?
Yeah,
Well, not just that, but didn't we? We didn't
What's your
make a
perception
solid.
check?
Pardon? You're cutting out.
9. 9. Hello.
Lulan.
Yeah.
Eddie is. It's super easy for you to spot Lulan because she is purple and 6'5". You recognise her instantly, and beside her is Dravik, as well as about 30 men armed and
6'6".
armoured. The archers are hidden now within the inn and along actually adjacent rooftops to where you saw them people in brown hidden as well. So that
Did we agree to blowing up?
No,
the dock?
The Caitlin wouldn't allow it. So as you come towards the flying over the town square, Max, you can now basically see that like both sides are almost planning an ambush. It seems like as you Sorry, I just saw that suggested link. Fuck. I think I downloaded the wrong Elden Ring. It's got Donkey and Shrek in it. As you look over like this huge market square where the center is a nice little water feature that Scribbles kind of broke. You recognise the inn in the corner of the square as the Cabbage Patch where you stayed before, and you see that Miranda's gone in there with quite a few archers. You see some more archers of her wearing the same cloak as her taking position on the other side, but they seem unawares that crossbowmen are taking position as well.
Okay, is there much that I can do at this moment?
Ride like the wind.
Okay, can I, obviously ride towards, but I want to flank get in a position where I can flank the crossbowman.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, so you
also
dive straight onto your horse and gallop immediately as fast as you can down the hill towards the outskirts of town.
I want to have my longbow ready with an arrow notched.
Sure. Okay,
in case when I need to fire, I can fire it straight away.
Yeah, that's fine. Eddie's still just circling, unless you want to recall him.
Nah, I'm going to send Eddie in. I'm going to send Eddie to swoop in and steal the coin bag that's on chest hip and bring it back
It
to
wouldn't
me.
be on me at the moment because it's in my backpack, and my backpack would not be on me.
So you just leave your backpack in random places while you fight. I don't believe this.
Okay, so hold on. So we'll cut to Lula and Dravik because you're marching through like a
Alright,
kind of
not the waystone.
You're marching shoulder to shoulder through quite a tight street. There's about 30 men behind you, all armored to the teeth and ready with swords and spears and shields. There's Phil and Lil, and the captain of that squad, if anyone can remember his name.
I'll look it up. It's in my other book.
Nice, thank you. As you march, Caitlin is in front of you. Miranda's veered off. I'm gonna assume the position as she signals, and all her archers suddenly rush into the back of this inn. Best of luck to you all. Let's hope this comes off without a hitch.
Remember,
Prepare for the worst.
I will take him by myself.
Agreed.
And let them make the first move.
Caitlin stops and the whole column of soldiers stops. Let them strike first blood, and we'll finish it. Assume that everyone is in position. Dravik will first engage Ducky. Perhaps we can bring this without further bloodshed. All we do for peace. And the soldiers mutter the same mantra.
Real quick question: did she give us any earlier when I asked about Lionbeard? Did she give us any sort of description of what he looks like so that we can tell him?
Well, Dravik has met Lionbeard. He's quite famous. He's got a very big, like, ginger beard, like, slick back
Like
hair.
a lion's made.
Yeah, he looks
ginger.
he looks like a lion, basically. He's quite a broad, tall guy. Years of service. He's not
Lion's
like
gold. But...
I do
not a
remember
prestigiously like well-known knight, but he's well-known in Lazarus and was well liked. It's a power to the people kind of guy.
Oh, that's not good. All right, cool. I can't find that guy's name. I think it's in the other.
As you enter the market, Lulan, for a split second, you think that you see an eagle in the air, which remarkably looks like Eddie, but you're not 100% certain.
Can she perception check? See if
Gonna say.
That was
Yeah, can I?
like a rolled.
Okay. I'm gonna Can I give the bird that I think is Eddie anyway? I'm gonna give it the middle finger, and then shout, "Hurry up!" In chance that it's Reiner.
Yeah, Dravik, you just watch her.
I'm not gonna
flip
shout.
off
I'm just gonna fucking say.
You flip off a bird in the distance.
Yes, I do dislike vermin.
As you enter the market square, there
You have the mobile stones, remember?
Yeah,
Where's
but
Dravik?
Dravik can't hear because he's not got a mobile phone, does he?
True.
No.
Don't think so.
That's a very good point.
Hmm.
As you enter the square, there are like a line of about 30 men armed in Lazarus armor as well. So the battle might be confusing were it not for the fact they were wearing brown cloaks. And in front of them is Lion's Beard with his helmet off, but his armor and breastplate on. Lady Caitlin, it is a great honor that we could finally see face to face. I am sorrowful for the amount that our people have had to bleed for this petty affair. Then why do you bleed us so? As she strides forwards, her men forming a line equal to that of Lionbeard's. I do all in the name of Lazarus. You are but a child, and your father summoned demons and cohorted with the devil. I promise Lazarus and its people, and you see people popping their eyes through the gaps in their fences and curtain peekers, whatever they're called. I promise Lazarus peace and prosperity. If the king truly believed that Caitlin would be Lady of Lazarus, why has he not sent you aid or aid for your father? No, he leaves us to fight this battle, so only one may emerge. And yet I am giving you this chance as an honourable knight to bend your knee to me and serve me, and you will be rewarded by keeping your father's home. I seek it not. Caitlin's nodding and listening to him. It is my birthright to rule these lands. Your birthright died with your father. He embroiled in sin. Do not
Can I
think
move
I
forward?
haven't heard. What is this? You wish to challenge us to combat? This is supposed to be peace!
No,
All his men are muttering.
I'm not here for combat. I am simply here for a girl who you said yourself has no guidance. But where do we forsake children for the sins of their father?
I know you not, girl. You talk out of line, are you a lord?
No, but I'm simply an outsider viewing from... Well, I'm outsider viewing from the inn. And what I see is a big man trying to bully a little child.
What you see is
How
a
does
man
that make
trying to bring
you
peace
feel?
to his home.
No, I do not. I see a big bully who did not
Oh.
even try to go the way of conversation, try to even negotiate. He went straight to, what's it called? Civil war and distrust and disturbance. And you call
Because
this
I
for the
believe
sake of
that
peace?
she was a demon like her father. We've all heard the tales and seen the manor house. Someone else strides forwards, this hunchback in heavy robes. Quiet. This was supposed to be a discussion.
It is it not?
Peace.
No
can be brought
weapon is
here.
drawn.
My lord, my lady, my ladies, we have met on equal ground for 2 months, 3 months, nay, 4. War has cost us and given us nothing. The winter is coming. Lazerus will not survive if our people cannot harvest crops. I hear you, Ducky, I do. But we must not surrender. Just bend the knee to me. Crown me Lord of Lazerus and elect a count, and I will have you in my council. I swear to you this. You and Ducky will rule in my side, my right and my left hand. Ducky kind of like he leans on his walking stick as he leans forwards a little bit closer, trying to get into the middle of the two of you across the now barren square. He coughs a little bit, holding a hanky up to his mouth.
Can I ask you a question, fine sirs?
Ask away.
Do either of you have taken within yourselves an entity of chaos? Something that whispers, something that promises, that does not come naturally?
Chaos is nothing but sin, and a tale for the misguided. You cannot come here talking of ruin when ruin was at the hands of her father. He ate and consumed the flesh of his own people, of his own
And you weren't even
family.
there to defeat him.
I did all that I could as guard,
Which was
and
nothing.
captain. But it was more than you, stranger, who has come into this discussion without
We
happenstance
literally
or
killed her.
permission.
We literally
Caitlin
stopped her
holds
father.
you and pulls you back. Listen to me. Sorry, Dravik?
Am I hidden?
No, you're standing beside Caitlin.
That's what I thought. Just checking.
I will not bend the knee. My father is nothing to do with me now. I ended his life personally. I am giving you permission to bend the knee. I will even allow you to retain your position my father gave you, and to keep your honor as knight. Do not let our people suffer further. Ducky leans forwards a little bit more. He's this crumpled old man, like he's haggard and withered. You see his like flesh hardly clings to the skin. He must be about like skinny and maybe about 150 pounds soaking wet, even clothed. As he comes forwards a little further.
I'm gonna go.
Don't step any further.
He drops his stick and kind of stumbles a little bit. Oh, of course, Mr. Argonite. I wish you no challenge as he coughs up a bit of blood to his hanky. I am but an old man. I can give you no quarrel here. I mean to bring and usher in the peace on behalf of the people. Would we not shake hands and feast once more like we did in the streets of old? He like glances up at you, Dravik, and you see a stranger staring back at you.
I'm gonna just. It's not my place to talk. I'm letting Caitlin talk for now.
Caitlin strives forwards towards the.
No,
other
I'm gonna grab her back.
Go up to her.
No. Be like, no, I'm gonna whisper in her ear. That's not Ducky. I swear it on my life, that is not Ducky.
No talking
Not
in whispers. As Lionbeard strives
You
forward.
lie and you deceive and you kill innocents. And in my kind of culture, we solve things with honesty and brutality.
And in my culture, meaning my existence,
The
it's
Summer
just
Isles.
death.
The Summer
It's
Isles
just
and the petty, disgusting elf cannot guide us in Lazarus. This is the place of men. You dare
Men are
challenge
overrated.
me to a duel? I will not accept on your terms you would win. But we don't play by your terms, Argonite. He
I'm
looks towards
just
Caitlin.
here.
This is your last chance. Your last chance. Bend the knee. Ducky ushers himself up back onto his walking stick. Please, my lady. I speak on behalf of the common folk. Please, have mercy. Bend the knee. She looks worried and kind of glances accidentally towards the inn where Miranda's positioned.
Can I notice that? Can I perception check that?
Yeah, you do notice it.
I'm gonna step one step forward, and go.
People bend the knee to you because you hack them around the back of the head, which can be arranged for you. Now silence. From this
I've heard
point
tales
on.
of you, Dravik. You have killed many of my men. You're quite the warrior. As he steps back towards his men, their shields parting slightly.
I'm gonna say,
do you accept the challenge?
You challenge me? Or someone else?
I challenge your finest champion to fight on your behalf. Clearly, negotiations will not succeed here, whereas combat always solves resolution.
The old man's tears are on his eyes as the old ducky's leaning on his walking stick. His cloak quivering slightly as his knees knock. There's my champion then. See how you fare in this fight as the shield wall forms and this massive explosion wipes out the old man who's standing before you. Taking you by surprise. You are just plumes of smoke and ash are sent into the air as the old man detonates himself. Bodies go flying in. You see Phil's left arm explode off as he's thrown straight through a window. Everyone, the shield wall forms as quickly as it can around, and suddenly crossbow bolts are flying down into the square as you pull yourself up, stunned from this explosion. The knights rush forwards. Lionbeard's men rush forwards, their swords clashing with what remains of the undazed guards. Miranda looses arrows, and her arrows start flying in. You can't tell which ones are bolts and which ones are arrows as they're flying overhead.
Instead.
1 second, sorry. So, bolts are flying in, arrows are flying round, and the marketplace is just a mess. Timbers collapsing, panes of glass shattering. You see, a couple of men take loads of bolts to the chest as they fall down. Some of Lionbeard's.
See where these arrows are coming from.
Yeah, they're on. You look up as some of the arrows. One arrow hits Dravik straight in the chest. You take 1 wound.
I'm gonna.
And Lulan, you take a wound as well.
I'm gonna water stream them.
3 crossbow men reload and just get cut in half as their legs stay up on the roof, but their torsos and bolts fall down behind the shield wall of Lionbeard. You see Lionbeard hacking at one of Caitlin's
I see
men.
Lionbeard?
Yeah, but he's behind. Two guardsmen are in the way of you.
I want a spinning jump over them.
Oh, okay. Let's do. What's your dex?
My dex is 6. Oh, that's not good.
Yep. You spin. You just absolutely just avoid them perfectly as they lunge for you, and you land behind them. Meanwhile, Reiner, you ride through the back entrance of town, and you see a load of guardsmen in brown cloaks are rushing around, forming up ranks. You hear an explosion at the center of town, and through Eddie's eyes, you see just the marketplace is a mess.
Right. Can I Assassin's Creed this shit? And as I'm riding along, see if there's any pathway for me to quite easily and quite quickly get onto the roof.
There is. So you've run along these rooftops before. You know that the rug merchants have these hooks that can drag you to the very top of their shop windows where they drop their rugs from.
Okay, so can I run up and use one of them?
Yeah, you jump from your horse and grab it, and a chain reaction goes up, and you shoot up. And you manage to land quite elegantly on some roofs. In front of you, from about 2 streets away, you see these men in brown cloaks firing crossbow bolts with their backs towards you.
Okay, can I shoot an arrow? But I want to shoot an arrow to their side. So
you want
if they're in front of me, I'm trying to go like that.
Ooh.
Yep.
And then I'm going to curve it.
Mm-hmm.
And as many are lined up as possible, I want to shoot through them.
Are you using a siege bow or your regular bow?
Siege bow.
What's your wisdom and what's your dex?
Wisdom is 7, and Dex is 13.
You unfurl this massive siege bow as you close your elf eye and use your leaf eye as you fire, and using Leaf's magic bend the bolt. Dravik, as you land, you look up and one guardsman comes to bring down his sword on you, and you manage to catch it with your double blade. You see 3 more crossbowmen lining up to shoot you, and suddenly this siege bolt goes and catches all 3 of them, pinning them into a chimney top. As they're like, rah! They drop all their crossbow bolts. One's like sliding his foot off as he, like the shish kebab meat at the end, slides off. He falls down and just impales on a fence at the bottom.
Oh god.
Nice.
Lulan, you like stand up, your ears ringing slightly as you're quite close to the old man. Caitlin's rapier is lashing out as she cuts down one guy in front of her. Another, this mysterious arrow comes out of nowhere and just wipes out this other guardsman that's about to attack her in the back. And you see Miranda's now on the balcony firing rapidly into the crowd. However, 2 guardsmen. Sorry, I'm being interrupted. What's happening here? Okay.
Sorry, my Mac's gonna die. If you could just pass me your charger.
Yeah.
Thank
1
you.
second, sorry guys.
Alright.
I like this remix.
Yeah, it's cool.
Alex really needs to get a haircut.
He also needs to pull off his trousers. I don't want to see my brother's butt.
Alex, when you get a haircut?
When do I get one? Soon,
Also, pull up
hopefully,
your
on payday.
trousers.
Pull up my trousers? How dare you?
I saw you. I don't.
My butt crack. Butt crack?
Yeah, reminds me of Dad's. Fucking building
Tons of arrows start flying out towards from Miranda's bow. One of the guards is about to approach the back of Caitlin with a longsword.
I literally grabbed her back during the explosion.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say to her before that happened.
Yeah. So the guardsman's about to hit her in the back with a longsword.
Am I
Can I want
No,
to
you're
shoot towards him, and if he's distracted by trying to stab her, I want to stab him. I want to whirlwind him around, try to go for his throat and his side.
What's your deck?
11.
And you're using daggers, yeah?
Well, short swords, but yeah.
Yeah. Easily, he's just like you said, he's completely distracted. She goes to turn, but slightly too slow. And as his longsword comes down, your short sword just goes straight through the side of his neck. You get behind him and stab through his armpit, and it goes straight through the other side of his neck. As you wrench them free, he falls down in front of her. She nods to you.
Look, Miranda, you are fearless. Caitlin. You said Miranda last name. Caitlin, you are fearless, but you are. If you die right now, the city falls. So, as much as you should be at the front, you need to be cautious. So, when I say this, and I mean no offense, just step back a bit, because you are the target. If you fall, everyone goes. So just step back a bit.
She nods.
You can still fight. You can still fight. Just don't be at the head of it. Not right now.
She kind of grabs you by the scruff of your collar. Bring me Lionbeard's head.
Yes.
She pulls you down as she goes and fights on the back lines of her men. More of her men bust into the square now as 2 huge forces are colliding. All the civilians are hiding and cowering in their homes. Some are fleeing for the edge of town. Rainer,
right?
You've just seen your arrow just absolutely wipe out 3 people at a distance. You see that Dravik is in combat and Lulan's there also.
How many more are on the rooftops?
About 30.
Archers?
Yeah. Crossbows, yeah.
Right,
I mean, some are falling every minute or every second.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start picking off the crossbowmen.
What bow do you want to use? You've got your songbird, your normal bow or siege bow.
Oh shit! Oh well. Well, I'm gonna be using my new bow, aren't I, Alex?
Okay, so remember it does less damage, but it's 5 arrows that basically seek out the targets you mark.
Wait, so
you
5 arrows for one. 5 arrows for one shot.
Yeah, but it has a cooldown.
One action.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
got like a basically a 4-turn cooldown.
Okay, so I'll use that one, and then I'll use triple shot as well, and I'll just use my normal bow again once more.
And you're gonna mark the like just 5, any 5 men.
Yeah, but
These-
ideally it'd be the 5 closest to get the best shot.
Yeah, these guys aren't armored, but Rhino, your ring activates and this like ethereal bow appears, and you put your hand on the string and pull out 5 arrows and just shoot them directly in the air, and they go shh and seek down. One of the guards turns to wonder where that giant siege bow bolt comes, and this ethereal arrow just goes straight through his the top of his head as he slides down a slate roof and into someone's garden. 4 more just get struck in their heads as they roll forwards and backwards. Some have cottoned on as they slowly turn, but you let loose a triple shot now. I imagine you have some flair to it, like you spin around, pull out a different bow, and go.
Well, I do the whole with one bow, pull it back, kiss it, pull out the other bow, and boom, boom, boom.
Cheeky wink as well. Everyone loves a wink in this game.
It's the
Oh yeah.
ultimate sign of war.
Thought we agreed earlier back that Wink was a disappointment.
So you
yeah,
kill one more. One of the guardsmen, two manage to get into cover behind chimneys or on the other side of rooftops. One just goes straight through the eye as he falls backwards, landing just in front of Dravik. Dravik, you've got 2 guardsmen now surrounding you, like dueling them with their long swords.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
grab both their swords and then make them stab each other with a strength check.
What's your strength?
10.
Nice. I'll change the song in a second.
I do really like the remix though.
There's just one villager in the middle who hasn't taken his headphones off.
you
That
rip the
scene
arm.
from original Spider-Man.
Yeah. You rip the arm off one of them and just plunge his blade straight through the gap in the other's armor, like lifting him off his feet as you stab him. The guy losing it, like you ripped it off it like just below the elbow. He's just screaming as he like falls down under your feet.
Can I pick him up?
Yeah.
Throw him at someone.
What's your strength again? 10. Sorry.
10.
Like a
You throw him. He lands straight into the back of like Linebeard's shield wall, and it creates a gap where you see Phil's missing an arm. Lil just hacking and slashing at them as he comes to fight beside you.
I'm gonna go.
Lionbeard, more like pussycat. Fight me.
And then,
He looks a bit panicked as he's like signaling men to get you.
how many people are around me that are an ally that isn't Phil or Lil? Sorry.
Not many. You're behind enemy lines. There's about 5 or 6 that went through the gap you created.
Damn it, that's actually not useful. Can I? Is there still a gap? I can still see Lionbeard.
Oh no, you threw the body landed behind you. Linebeard's being surrounded by his own men.
Damn it! I was hoping he'd have. I'm hoping there would be an opening. I'm just gonna start.
You see Lil toss a
smashing-
spear, but it just misses.
I'm gonna head towards Lionbeard. Hell
Nice.
be it, whatever's in my way.
Lulun,
Great. What's in front of me?
chaos. It's hard to make out who's who. Ducky's men are easy because they're just unarmored, maybe with levers and mail. They're in robes, but both Caitlyn's men and Linebeard's men look strikingly similar, save for their cloaks. So it's a bit of a chaotic hellscape right now.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go for the obvious enemy and hope my allies don't get in between, and I just want to use my short swords to just become like a massive whirlwind of just fucking
Nice.
annihilation. I
So
don't care
left,
who's
right,
who.
center.
I just want to cut.
These
and
people,
bleed.
some come out of nowhere, some like lunge at you, and you just slice easily, just cutting your way through them. One
I
longsword
want to
comes
smile
towards you.
while I'm doing
You
it.
you stab him in the wrist, and then like flick your blade round so it's blade down as you slice their neck, stabbing them in the chest. You're like hacking your way through. Like this market is getting filled up with the dead. You're even stepping on some wounded who are like clawing at you, and you're just slicing left, right, and center. You see,
Can you let me know how many tokens I've got?
You see the captain of the guard, whose name Tom didn't remind me of. What was his name, Tom?
Sorry.
Oh shit! Hold on.
It was the one page I couldn't find.
Yeah, can you also let me know how many tokens I have now?
You got 2 now.
After all of that, just 2. I
Yeah.
used 3 of my 8. I used. Alright, whatever.
Maybe it's in this book.
Fuck was his name?
The music also goes very well. But both of you try to search for it.
I've gone all the way back to the Queen fight.
Problem is, I was swapping books throughout this whole campaign. So
Yeah.
I finally got a new one.
I'm literally just looking for Phil and Lil.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
I also like this song. What is this?
Oh, come on. Why don't we just call him Captain?
That's not fuck.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Lionheart.
Marshall Owen.
Oh.
Owen.
You see Marshall Owen, like, he's got his spear and he's trying to strangle someone against a wall. As someone stabs him square in the back of his breastplate with a dagger. Marshall Owen wraps his arm around that guy and then just punches him repeatedly. As another one is trying to, like, hack at his legs. He's dead ahead of you, Lil.
Alright, do I have any points left, or...?
Yeah, I'll give you another turn. He's being hacked at just in front of you.
Great. He's being hacked. He's going for the guy who. So both of his arms are taken, right?
Yeah.
I want to concentrate my attack completely on one of his Achilles heel. But I want to literally. No, I just want to saw his ankle off.
Not Marshall Owens, though, right?
Wait, is he on our team?
Yeah, Marshall Owen.
Oh, right. I want to go for the guy that. I want to go for the guy who's in Marshall Owen's back. I thought he was the enemy. Yeah, go for the guy trying to attack him. I just want to.
Oh, Marshall.
I just want to.
You
I just wanna
recognise
go
an
for-
ally in the middle of the chaos.
Do you guys remember Deadpool where he's like,
I just want to
Yeah.
sort of jump over and stab the guy going for the back through his head. Back
You,
of his skull.
You ram down someone's head as you like jump off someone's head as they're beneath your feet, trying to crawl for cover, and just bring your daggers down directly into the back of this guy who's on the back of Marshall Owen, wrenching him free. Marshall Owen like draws his short sword on you and then recognises you. Lulan! Gods! This is chaos! Lionbeard is that way as he points and through the chaos you can kind of see Dravik and Lil fighting their way towards Lionbeard.
Sweet. I'm gonna grab his head, the back of his neck, and be like, forwards, then, mate. Fucking drag him towards the
With
center
me,
of the ball.
man! And like a couple of men form up around you as you like create a wedge
Do I
trying
get
to ram
another
through the
token for that
shield wall.
guy?
Yeah. Is it a token per kill? I can't
Yes.
remember the rules.
No,
Then
it's a token per. It's a token per
hit.
wound.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you never fully acknowledge the wound, so I'm like, okay.
It should be on your sheet.
It is on my sheet, and it's per wound.
Then yeah, you got another token then, yeah. So in Reiner, 2 crossbow bolts come soaring over the rooftops towards you. You dodge one catches you in the shoulder and you take 1 wound.
Okay. My turn?
Yep.
Cool. How's Miranda doing?
Eddie spots and sees Miranda is she's got like a crossbow bolt on her leg, but she's still on the firing through the windows with the rest of the men.
Right, okay. I want to erect a wind wall in front of the window, so it protects them, but they can shoot through it.
Oh, you'd have to go over there. Your wind wall is on your sword.
Do I have to be like close quarters?
Yeah.
Okay. How far away am I?
You're 2 streets away from the bad guy's rooftop. So you're 3 streets away from the Miranda.
Can I use one turn to move?
Yep.
Second turn to wind kick one of them. To
Hold on, wait.
building.
Let's do your jump from one roof to another. Famously goes well for.
Yep, but it's with
Miranda.
a wind kick this time.
Yeah, you jump over. You like sprint. These crossbow bolts are flying over your head as you roll onto one of the other rooftops. Slates going flying as you sprint and then wind kick straight towards one of the guardsmen. He's like slow motion locking his crossbow as your knee just takes him straight in the head. He does like a backflip off the roof. You swap places with him almost as he flies down and lands like splats in front of Lulan and her like triangle shield wall. One of the crossbowmen next to you, Reiner, is gonna draw his axe and hack at you. What's your armor?
It's medium.
You take 1 wound as this axe catches you in like your forearm.
Allows for dodge.
Yeah, you missed the dodge.
Okay.
So yeah, you take a wound, and this guy's now trying to like grapple you on this rooftop as a crossbowman's reloading behind you, panickingly. What do you want to do?
Can I wind kick off the guy that's grappling me?
Your wind kick's on cooldown. You just wind kick the guy off the roof.
Oh, I meant wind kick off the guy to get to the building.
Yeah, he meant like.
Oh, so,
wind
okay,
kick
so wait,
off his face
And then
onto
run
the
up,
building.
and then
Oh,
wind kick
right, hold
off
on,
a
hold on.
guy
In which case you
to
need to make
jump to
one
the
more
building
jump.
that Miranda's in.
You need to make one more jump, then hold on. In
Sorry.
which case, take back the splat guy. You make the other jump anyway, and then you wind kick off that guy. He'll now go splat, and you go flying and land on the roof above Miranda.
Hey.
Okay.
Reiner?
And then with my final one, I wanna
This wind
Wind
wall
wall up.
appears, and all these
And
bolts
just
go
That's
into the
pretty
wind wall and
sick.
then fall off.
You've just like.
Reiner, is that you? She like looks up through the window.
Will you allow me one more move?
I'll allow you to talk. It's fine.
Can I like slyly slide down,
Spider-Man,
jump through the
yes.
window, and like grab her and kiss her?
All the guards kind of go as he land in the upper
Can I
part
tell
of
them
the
off
inn.
for not shooting?
They immediately run back. She hands you some more arrows. Lionbeard's making it down the center square. Come with me, as she like grabs your hand and starts pulling you up towards the rooftop that you just jumped down from. As the archers stay behind the fire. Dravik, you and Lil.
Shouldn't we cut to Voltrim and Freya? They've not had a turn in a very long while.
It might be quite a change of pace.
I was going to do something cool.
It's okay.
Yeah. Dravik,
It's
as you.
okay. It's okay. I'm about to send Lauren a meme, so it's fine. We're still doing stuff.
Dravik, as you and.
I need to be back now.
Okay, Dravik, as you and Lil start hacking through.
Can I
you're
still see
quite.
him?
Yeah.
Lionbeard.
His men are pulling him out. Yeah.
Alright, I want something to do. I'm gonna stop hacking for a second. I'll let Leo defend me. I'm gonna summon water prison on him in the distance, which
He's engulfed by this water prison. Like it pushes some of his men aside. Some get swarmed up in it, and they're all caught in it.
that
and
should
Lil's
keep
like-
him there. I'll just so you know what it does because it's been like forever since I ever used that.
Yeah.
Dravik summons a ball of water that entombs an enemy for 3 turns unless they strength out.
Yeah. So he's engulfed in it.
Yeah.
Arrows are flying left, right, and center.
No escape.
No escape, you fiend!
3 men come rushing at you with spears.
I'm just gonna go at them and do an intimidation shriek and see what.
What's
that
your
does.
intimidation?
It is 8.
One drops his spear and like kind of trips over you. Lil taking advantage of that and gutting him as he falls. The 2 other spears come crashing towards you though, and you dodge 1. What's your armor? It's medium, wasn't it?
It's 6, whatever that means. It's better than most, I think.
You take
It's
1
like
wound.
I think I have a heavy.
Yeah, you take 1 wound. So the spear tip just catches you in the side.
Okay.
You then feel this like this aura, this sense, and you look up, and there, this cloaked figure removes his cloak. 2 gauntlets he puts on, just gummy thick, with just one thick-ass boy with 2 swans as arms, jumps down in front of you, superhero landing. I've been looking forward to this, Drevik. Little rematch, as he just punches you as quickly and hard.
Hang on, he's landed right in front of me.
Yeah, you've been like, alright, he's like, ready's up. So the 2 of you, what are you gonna do then? Let me hear what you do.
Alright, as he punches me, I was going to get my water tentacle arm at his gauntlet to rip it off the hand that he was punching with.
What's your wisdom and dex?
Wisdom is 9, dex is 6.
Your tentacle lashes out, doesn't grab the gauntlet, but it slaps one of his hands away as he throws a fist forwards.
Damn it.
Hitting you. And. Where's my armor dice? But your armor blocks it. So he only lands 1 punch because your tentacle knocked it. And the 2 of you start grappling as Lil is covering your back with his men.
Cool.
Alright. Meanwhile.
If we are going to cut to meanwhile, I might head to bed.
Yeah, guys, I might have to call it soon as well, actually, so...
Mid-war.
Sorry, I got work tomorrow.
That's fair.
No worries. Okay, well, we'll just cut quickly to no, bro. We'll just cut quickly to Freya's and Voltrum. You arrived at the dwarven camp. Voltrum, this is like a very different version of Hammer's Hold. These are entirely different dwarfs. They're far more rugged, far more used to the cold. They're long beards and pole axes as they signal the Lord. My people, my long beards, it is with great honour to see you all. I'm glad my message made it safe. My father, how fares he? He fares well, as this old dwarf comes forward. To see my boy once more before I get taken by the cold. Hush, father. You'll outlive us all. Mayhaps not this man, though. May I present King Rykar of the Even Star, the Storm Lord, and the Hornblower himself. The Hornblower? As all these dwarfs take a knee.
Is this my turn?
A man of few words, this king.
I was asking Alex if you wanted me to talk as you talked. My kin, please stand.
They all you hear the clattering of mail as they stand.
And just the old grumbling of dwarves having to stand up.
Yeah.
No doubt. Thank you for marching to the aid of one who are not our kin. This marks a time where we will tread on earth far beyond our mountain roots. We may not like the company we keep, but they are in desperate need of us, and we of them. We have a job to do, and I shall be here to help.
Aye. Pleasure to meet you, Grace. This old dwarf. He's unarmed and unarmored. Holds out his gnarly hand. Like tree roots wrap around your gauntlet. A pleasure to meet you. Strange things be happening if we have a king, let alone a king long lost dead. But then strange things for dwarfs to march for men. So who am I to judge?
March with men.
Oh aye. Well, my boy, you spoke of the wagon of silver. I'm guessing that's it, as this little wagon appears. I'll be taking it home. He pinches his quite old son on the cheek. You be good out there, lad. Give him hell. As he taps him on the chest plate, and they embrace as the old Winters rides off into the distance. The men start unpacking their camp as the elves ride up and gather around. Castian dismounts and walks over and is discussing with the Lord as some captains of either side are standing there. You see Leaf, half paying attention as he throws glances towards Freya.
I feel like Freya needs to be on camera for this one.
Give me a talk.
Give me a thought.
Again. Every time. Calm down.
They gesture for the two of you to join them in the captain talk.
Yeah, I think we'll go. Volchim's not going to say anything to Freya. Volchim's not going to say anything to Leaf.
Yeah, just.
Northgard is 3 right. One of the scouts, Dwarven scouts. Northgard is 3 days ride from here. We'll make it a quick pace if we don't camp and we travel light. I concur. Let's move on and get there as rapidly as possible. There was rumor that the Order of the Silver Tree had made groundfall there a week ago. If we are a week behind, who knows what chaos we might be arriving to. It's possible they moved on without us. I would very much like to be in charge of the expedition in Marquette, having served there in the past. Dondorian sighs as he looks up towards Castian. We will take you home, don't you worry. I cannot even imagine the pain you and your men must be feeling. Having to be the aggressors in their own home. Let's hope the city has some form of glory still, so that you may look upon it once more. And they kind of like nod towards each other. We'll set off immediately. Let's ride hard and fast, and try and make it down to 2 days instead of 3. Bane is a talented and brave lord, but not the most patient. I fear it might be his undoing. With some counsel and some guidance from us both, and perhaps Northgard will remain. And they all begin to pack up. Your father walks over and to you once more, Freya. I know this is silly and we are in a time of war, but this past week has been some of the best moments of my life in the last 10 years. When you and your brother left, it broke my heart. I understand the need for children to leave the nest, but for you to come home once in a while couldn't hurt. See your old man.
It hasn't been 10 years since I left. I only left when.
No, you started journeying quite a while ago.
No, I.
Neose was 10
Freya,
years.
yeah, Neose is 10 years. Freya only left when she got chosen.
Yes, it's been about a year and a bit.
Yeah.
So you could come in, pay me a visit, my daughter.
Of course, Dad, and soon I'll be home. Well, hopefully be home a lot more often when this is all over.
And then maybe, grandchildren. We can find you a nice lordling out
again,
there.
Freya just goes bright red.
Young Leaf has his eyes on you, I've seen.
Dad, how about we just focus on?
Do you like Leaf? He's a good man.
Quest, and
Very
come up with strategies
Fantastic
of
shot.
how we're gonna stop
Make
Neose.
a fine suitor.
That's what we should be focusing on. So I'm gonna go over here, but we're not gonna talk about this. Great chat, Dad. Great chat. And then Freya just.
He turns to Voltrim. Daughters. War's easier than daughters.
It's arguably simpler.
Have you got any offspring, Voltrim?
I don't think so. I think I'm the last of my line as it stands. And
Well, we can't have that for long.
I've got no interest in it, friend.
Yes, but your kin will need a ruler. You've seen what happens to everyone's kind without a king. A figurehead.
Someone to lead, I agree, is needed. But by right of blood, I'm not so sure. We'll see.
Wise words. Tell me,
beginning-
do you think my daughter fancies Leaf?
I think she's a very capable young elf, and I think she can make her own decisions.
It's hard not to baby them.
And he's gonna look in his eyes, going, "I think she can make her own decisions."
He's just looking down at you. Well, let's hope so. You know,
Don't
she
not do
wants...
like a arranged marriage or anything. I mean, if
You know,
it's with Liam, she's not going to.
She suffers the worst reactions to shellfish, but I've seen her put away a couple shellfish in her day. So let's hope that she does make the right decisions. Also, she's not very good with booze. I'm not sure you've noticed that. When her brother was slightly more home kept.
It's been a long year and a half, hasn't it?
Yeah.
For all of us.
When her brother was slightly more home kept but rebellious, they would often ride to Lazerus and drink with our kin there, or the humans, or the dwarves, anyone. I always thought it was that Darius's influence. Whilst his brother Lucian was a hard-working boy, Darius was somewhat of a thug. Still, let's not think ill of the dead.
I was going to ask, had you heard of them?
Yes, of course. Their bodies were brought home by Leaf and his crew.
Good. I would not say she over enjoys the bottle, but
she can't hold it, can she?
It's bizarre because this is a dwarf to an elf here. We can't hold our alcohol either.
That's because you consume great barrels of it. Look at an elven cup, for example. So dainty, so small. Whereas the dwarven flagon is almost the size of you. He, taps you on the back.
You must come to the halls.
It's been... I don't know why I said I. It's been many a time. It's been many a time since I've visited. I've never seen the Even Star. I heard tales of its beauty, even amongst our kind.
I obviously have no memory of it. Some of my earliest memories are of places like Oscath and Marketh, thanks to Sea Star's connection. But a lot of my influences of home are your elven structures and your elven cities. I think it would be amazing to see Marketh again, even in the state it's in.
I agree with you.
Just the history of the place alone.
I do hope, a fool's hope, but I do hope that the Summer Garden still remains, with its great glass palisade and shelter. It would grow fruit all year round. I took Niose there when he was a boy, and he swam in the waters with the other children. We can only hope.
I worry for him. I hope he hasn't strayed too far.
I agree. Well, come, let's mount up. We have a long day's journey ahead of us, and I intend to see it through before nightfall. And we will pause here then.
Yeah.
Unless Angel and Willow are doing anything, because everyone else got 2 goes, but they got 1
we'll
go.
leave it there.
We'll resume from.
That was
Angel
great.
and,
Thank you, Alex.
That was such a good session. I fucking
How'd
loved
you guys
that.
like it?
That was really good.
Yeah, I like the switch in between because it's just then you can know what everyone else is doing at the same time.
It is quite tricky, so we won't do it permanently.
Yeah,
but-
No, I
we're
imagine
gonna
it's
meet
very
again
hard.
at some point, pretty much straight after this. But we
I was
were
trying
put
to
into
drop-
that position, weren't we? Where it's like, you can go to one of these places, and if you pick one, the other's going to suffer. So we're like, okay, we'll go to both.
Alex suffers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to drop the subtle hint there, Henry being like, we could ride south and aid Lazarus, and Angel being like, no. No need.
And then what was the Midland people were like? Some say they should go further south.
Angel just blank stares. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're fine.
Yeah, they
I was just pretty glad Angel mentioned that Vulture is now king.
Yeah.
well done.
Yeah.
I was glad of that.
Emissary
I was
Angel of the Robins.
Because also now Henry can use that if he talks to the king of Middengar and be like, look, I got the king of the dwarves on my side as well, as well as the daughter of the leader of the elves.
That's true.
Pretty beefy allies to have.
He's got some solid pull right there, and getting us a
And
house
considering
guard,
Chaos is
just
entering
saying.
his lands as well.
You and Lulan and Dravik's like, is this Ducky? Is this old man? Like, is he just going to be swole under that cloak?
I
No, he's
imagined it
just going
as
to explode.
Have you seen you've seen Seven Deadly Sins, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagined it as the sin of pride.
Yeah.
When he's like a little weakling, and then and the sun hits and he becomes this beefy man. That's how I imagined it.
No, it's with Ducky. Yeah, he's just like that. Like, tickets, please. You should have enough tickets by now. I'll kick you. Stay back. I'll kick you.
God, I want vengeance. But they've already burnt through everything right as the battle starts. So it's a bit.
I'm still collecting points. I'm not even halfway through my points.
Yeah, I need to look at your card again. I think you can pull wounds from people. I don't think your basic attacks do it. I think I gave you.
Said Lulan uses blood magic. Each spell requires a blood token, but has no cooldown. Causing enemies to bleed increases these tokens. There can be 12 tokens on the field. Lulan can use these tokens per turn to regain a wound.
Yeah,
if I want to.
Your dagger causes bleed, so you've got 3 bleed tokens. Seems okay then. We'll say that's that serrated dagger.
Well, the serrated
you have a ability with a very low cooldown that pulls a wound from someone.
Because if it's my serrated, then my serrated has 2 powers. There's no point using the serrated dagger.
But we can't have it on every wound because you'll be unstoppable. So I'll just basically like roll a dice to see if you can pull a blood token.
Yep.
And it'd be random.
Do it similar to Voltrim's armor.
Yeah, because if it's every wound, you're basically god tier.
Yeah, but you've had that for how many sessions, and I've not, because I've not been able to grab that.
I've been nerfing you every single session. We keep having these discussions. That's why on the card I didn't write that it's every basic attack. Too strong.
Have it so that it is like a base value for a weapon, and then stuff like Lulan's serrated dagger has a increased chance. Like if you're rolling a d6, it's 3 and below, or 3 plus.
The thing is with serrated gets through.
It doesn't go through armor.
Is armor piercing serrated?
No, serrated gets stuck in armor.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna head. By the way, so
Night line.
Well done.
That was the only weapon that got through armor. The rest of them are non-armor piercing, which is why I tend not to use them.
I have to check your dagger card.
My normal.
I thought that I didn't think the serrated dagger went for armor either.
Serrated wouldn't.
Well, that was the only one that went through armor, which is why I used it, because I was like, it's the only fucking one that's useful in any of the fights.
Well, that's why I gave you that giant sword. Which
but the giant sword is just not Lulan style, so she uses it in like big open fields. But other than that,
Tom, have you seen Vox Machina now?
The Amazon show.
Yes.
Yes. But
I have.
I don't. Have you seen it?
Did you like Silas's blade in that? And how whenever he cut Grog, it got bigger and more effective. And I was like, Alex has got a weapon there.
Yeah.
Craven.
Well, that's what they have already.
Yeah, it's cool.
The blade that when it cuts people gets bigger.
I really liked the show. I think it started off too fast and then it suddenly got better. Like when it slowed down and actually started enjoying the arc. But they are sort of shoving 40 episodes into one show.
I still need to listen to the podcast and stuff.
So good. Alex, what was your favourite moment? And then Adam can sleep easy.
Ooh. God, there's a lot of good ones. Probably Freya and Leaf's moment was quite sweet.
Again. Ooh.
I'm gonna go watch.
And her embarrassment. Oh.
Once again.
Hold on. Yeah, hopefully not here though. She's been licking my feet.
I properly got into it today. and there was a moment when like Freya and her dad were talking, and I actually like welled up a little, and then you killed it. You said something that just killed the vibe, and I was like,
What?
right, that moment's gone.
What was it?
I don't remember. I'll need to watch the video again. But it was like saying about how Freya's dad misses her, and it wouldn't be too hard for her to come home. And I was like, 10 years! It's been 10 years since they've seen each other. And then you were like, oh no, it's only like a year and a half.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure it has been
significantly
slightly. It's been slightly longer, but yeah.
Still emotional. And then you said something like, so yeah, are you going to find a husband? And I was just like, oh, yeah, that's gone now.
I did like the awkward dad chat.
Yeah.
Like embarrassing
channeling
your daughter in front of friends. That was great.
channeling the awkward dad as best I can there.
Yeah, that was wicked. Yeah, I love that session. Really good.
I know.
Thank you, Alex. It was very fun. Good
that was
RP
such
all round.
such
A
a
good
good sesh.
RP episode.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, it's probably Freya and Leaf's chat. What else? I did quite like the chaos fight, and like it's all just erupted because it's like you're back to fighting people again, which has actually been a little while since you fought just generic people. Which is why you guys are kind of able to hack through and cut and stab and stuff.
Is no man.
You touch upon my annoyance at anime shows like Naruto and stuff like that, which is there's always like a stronger, bigger boss, and they have to get more powerful to beat it, and then they come against a stronger, better boss, and it's like you just want to see them against chumps. You just want to see them carve through.
Yeah. I mean, Leland got that guy basically. Yeah,
fucking, it's terrifying.
He's just walking around like. Have you seen the Gangs of New York?
No.
You definitely have, Tom. We watched it in media class together. Yeah. Here we go. This is Lulan. I'll put it in general. Are you guys still in the watch together?
Yes.
Okay, I'll jump back in quickly. This is Lulan. I get to the right point. That's Lulan there with a moustache, yeah?
Oh. Oh, this is so that fight.
Yeah, this is... There she is. Just not even sure if she's killing you.
I stab him, I cut his throat, that one in the arm.
And then there's Lionbeard.
Oh no, that's Lionbeard.
That's Dravik.
Yeah, screaming. That is Dravik, you're right.
Yeah.
It's good that they're wearing slightly different colours.
Yeah.
Oh god. No,
So the best bit's coming up in a second. What else? Here it is. There you go. That's Leland. Slightly dazed from the explosion, just absolutely hacking her way through.
Oh my word.
Such a good film as well. Daniel Day-Lewis is an unbelievable actor. You know that scene where he taps his eye with the knife? Because like his character's meant to have a fake eye. He actually just taps his eye with an actual blade.
Oh.
It's nuts.
The things you do.
That's Dravik just massacring people. Yeah.
That was my favourite part, snapping that man's arm off. That was horrific.
Mm.
It reminds me, you know, that fight I sent you the other day of Invincible when Black Samson tries to punch the Tiger Man. He just goes...
Yeah. Crushes it immediately.
That was cool. Yeah, good, really good episode. It had everything in it again. Bravo, bravo.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Alright guys, I'm also going to hit the hay.
Alright.
But we shall resume next Thursday.
Yeesh.
Alright. Night everyone.
Night. And that was fun.